Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well. Late night action. It's going to be a standard single faction tournament, so players will play one faction all the way through. And tonight, I'm actually going to be casting games rather than playing, so should be fun. I figure it'll give you guys some different perspectives. I know you might be a little bit sick of seeing so much Empire, all that good stuff, but yeah, we're going to let the good times roll, and thank you all for joining. So, let us go find our first match of the day. We're going to go see what lobbies are open, and yes, why not cast Outer Region playing? That could be quite a bit of fun. I believe Outer Region is currently the number 1 or 2 ranked player in the world on the old leaderboard, so we'll certainly cast one of his games. Looks like he's going for blood with Brettonia, so it'll be interesting to see what he's facing against. Yeah, we got some meta players in here for sure. I see a fair amount of Brettonia, Ogre Kingdoms, some Kislev being played as well. Should be fun, but yeah, I'm always down to watch some Brettonian play. Even though they are a little bit on the stronger rung of factions, it should still be quite a bit of fun. So, let's take a look at the website and get the tail of the tape for today. Let's close all this and this. And here we are. All right, so we're going to be switching on over to the website here, showing you guys. We actually just updated some of the stuff on the site, so you guys can see that too. All right, so here's the brackets for tonight. Currently, we have the match we're doing is Outer Region. Oh, this is going to be fun. So we have Outer Region versus Stingers. They're both pretty high-ranked players, and this is actually Brettonia versus Kislev. Now, Kislev actually has some decent tools against Brettonia, so this should be fun to see. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, one of the updates we have on the website is shout out to Marshall for this, is we do have a new kind of tab system. So if you're on a tournament page, for example, you can click on description, bracket, signups, and it's all neatly organized, which is pretty cool. On top of that, let's take a look and see where the rankings of our different opponents are tonight, or players, I should say. I'm not actually playing. But yeah, Outer Region currently ranked number 1. Wow, look at the amount of games played, 148-67. Solid win rate representing Canada. 10 tournament wins, just barely edging out Platypus and Hadries by a couple. Pretty fun stuff. So, we're going to be breaking it down, taking a look at what everybody's up to here. And yes, first match is Brettonia versus Kislev here on the Imperial Road. Little Grom should be quite a bit of fun as well. Yeah, and we're actually approaching the, whenever the DLC ends up coming out is when this season will end. So we'll have a big season grand finale, which should be great. So we're going to do that, and yeah, should be good. Should be good. So we're getting there, all in due time. Turin, what are you going to be playing? Yes, I will be playing Baldur's Gate, and I haven't played it yet. I know there was you could pre-order it and get access to like the first act or whatever. I haven't played it yet, but I do plan on doing a playthrough. Professor Pone and I were going to do a co-op one, and I was thinking of doing a Necromancer. So, I mean, I always just love, like, Necromancer archetypes, and pretty much, I mean, in Magic the Gathering, my favorite is Mono Black, and, you know, playing Necromancers and Reanimation, and, yeah, so that's really the jam. You think I'll ever go back to Company of Heroes 3? I might do, like, a stream going back to it, but it's just kind of like, I think Total War Warhammer is just such a, like, I enjoy it so much more. I enjoy Age of Empires more than Company of Heroes. It's really, really kind of low down on the poll for me. Yeah. Excited for shout. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for new stuff for sure. It's funny. I'm excited for, you know, new stuff coming in the DLC, but what I'm excited for them is to like address some of the issues we've had with like bugged units. That's because CA always bounces around their patches. You don't get like patches except when there's like a DLC or an update like that. So I'm like, come on, give it to me, baby. Should be good. Legendary Lords Tournament. Yeah, I've been thinking about that as well as Faction Wars. It's kind of tricky in the old summer seasons. It's so hot here during the day, and our air conditioning is okay, but even with the AC on, if I'm like in my closed office like recording space, it's just straight pools of sweat under me. So it's kind of like during the day I work at night now until it cools down. Heck yeah, my brother and I are gonna do a co-op Baldur's Gate. Yeah, it seems like it could be a lot of fun for sure. Super stoked on Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, we're going to do a playthrough of it. We'll probably have a couple streams a few days in a row and, you know, see what you guys think. And yeah, if you guys want to continue watching it, I'll keep doing it. It should be fun. All right, guys. So taking a look here at Brettonia, we have Brettonia versus Kislev. It's going to be the Fey Enchantress facing off against the Ice Witch of Tempest. Ooh, look at that. Fun stuff. Little Grom, of course, very, very good against Brettonian cavalry, and the heavy war sleds will annihilate a lot of the Brettonian infantry. Brettonia is quite scary with Fey Enchantress Mortis Engine and just swaths and swaths of unholy, unwashed peasants. So, for the armies here of Outer Region, our Brettonian champion for the night, it's going to be Battle Pilgrims. So Battle Pilgrims are interesting. They have good leadership and decent stopping power. Not the tankiest, but you know, they will get beaten up by Kislev infantry just because Kislev troopers have better stats and higher armor values and about the same amount of HP. But they have good leadership. So Battle Pilgrims, if you stack them with Grail Reliques, will be able to fight all day on objectives and be really, really tough to remove. It's pretty insane. Grow Relics, of course, do give you 8 leadership and melee attack. Melee attack is going to be 37 on the Battle Pilgrims, and it should be fun for sure. Peasant Bowman with Pox arrows in the back, a little bit of DACA, and I do like the Peasant Bowman inclusion. Applying poison at anything at range is always good, but more importantly, the Peasant arrows can hurt the enemy Kossar. So if your opponent comes in with Ice Guard, with Glaives, or Kossars with Spears, you're going to be able to put some DACA on those targets from downtown. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool indeed. Peasant mobs in the back. Fae Enchantress is going to be lurking in the tree line with her homies, so it looks like it's going to be the lady with the ladies chosen, the Grail Knights. So anti-large, armor-piercing, chariot classification in terms of their mass, all sorts of nasty stuff. Players are only allowed to bring 1 in the current tournament stuff we got going on, but we'll see how well they do. Now, looking over here at the hordes of Kislev, I should say more elite, not necessarily a horde. It is going to be Little Grom. Little Grom, of course, really good against the Brettonian cavalry, but that's why the Grail Knights are hiding in the bushes. We do have an Ice Witch of Tempest who's going to be rocking what appears to be Blizzard. So yeah, just going to be looking to drop big AoEs on top of like Foot Squires or Knights of the Realm, whatever, all that sort of good stuff, right? Kossars in the back, armored Kossars in the front, sleds with the Patriarch. I always love this combo. The Patriarch, of course, does have 2 healing abilities. He has the Brazier here, which is going to be giving 0.10 healing per second to nearby targets. So if he's in combat supporting the War Sleds right here, I mean, it's going to do some nice healing for sure. And on top of that, he does have access to the Salak's Lullaby, which is pretty much what you see. That's like the auto take in most situations here. So the player's going to be engaging here in a second, and what's funny is like if there's no mass nearby, the heavy war sleds are just going to go balls deep in this formation. Is Brettonia going to be calling in any cavalry, maybe some yeomen or something? Nope, doesn't look like it. It's just going to be bears massacring, not peasants per se, but you know, somewhere in the ballpark of them. So here comes the heavy war sleds plowing through the old battle pilgrims. So those guys going to get mulched, and now we see the heavy war sleds taking a little bit of a circuitous route up to the high ground. And now going to be running through Men-at-Arms. This is a pretty good value for Kislev. I mean, most of these are kind of chaff-centric units, but wow, look at the damage done to those 2 battle pilgrims. Both pilgrims are brought down to like 60% and 70% on this other variant. These Men-at-Arms getting shreked so badly, and you know, a lot of this is because Brettonia is putting so much respect on Little Grom that they're afraid to bring cavalry out to screen this, but they're going to regret this, man. These sleds are just going deep, dude. They're just doing so much work, and of course shooting while the bears run and just feast on these battle pilgrims. The Battle Pilgrims simply don't have the armor piercing to deal with the sleds, and you can see the sleds are barely taking any damage. And yeah, looking pretty rough for the forces of Brettonia out here in the front line, as Stingers goes up to 1200 versus 300 value lead here. Of course, Brettonia does have a little bit of healing with the Fae Enchantress, but it's not going to be super useful here, as we do see some heavy cavalry finally called out, so it is going to be Knights of the Realm. And Knights of the Realm do have the anti-large, and can certainly deal with sleds if they get them in sustained combat, but the sleds have the mass to really pull through. And yeah, that's some brutal, brutal damage right there. Men-at-Arms, Battle Pilgrims, all, I wouldn't say on death's bed, but certainly not feeling great. Now, big bear cavalry coming out. You know, it's Kislev. You're going to be expecting bears. Oath Brothers of Tor are pretty solid here. I think if you're a Kislev, you don't really bother with like winged lancers. And maybe dervishes you bring, but not winged lancers. I think you just go dervishes to clear out chaff units and then bear riders to fight Brettonian cavalry. Because bear riders actually will do a pretty excellent job at fighting Brettonian cavalry units. They're high armor, anti-large bonus. But this is definitely a bit of a blunder here. Not sure why the Oath Brothers of Tor are being sent into melee combat. I mean, I know they do have the anti-large, which I suppose is relevant against Grail Relics, which are large, but I don't know why the Oath Brothers are being sent into combat here, but I suppose they have a little bit of healing, so maybe not too concerned about that. Now, the Brettonian flank's going to be coming in hard and fast. We have Knights of the Realm coming in and Grail Knights, so shit's about to get real crunk in the backfield. And the Oath Brothers of Tor are a little bit overextended, and yeah, this Little Grom's going to be slightly exposed here. The Kossars, the Spears could turn around and fight. A Blizzard from the Ice Witch could be pretty good at maybe mitigating this, or at least forcing them back for a second, but big damage on the Little Grom. Now the Oath Brothers of Tor are going to be pulling back. So that was a blunder that certainly let the Brettonians get some nice free value back here, which didn't need to happen. The Kossars of Spears getting damaged and Little Grom getting pounded, but now the Bear Riders have made it back with the heavy war sleds, and it's going to be Bear Riders versus Grail Knights. Now, Bear Riders will do pretty decent here. Both of them will. I mean, they're both armor-piercing fighters with anti-large, so this comes down to the support elements, really. But so far, Bear Riders looking to be okay. A little bit of damage taken for sure. And the Patriarch trying to provide a little bit of support and healing, as we do see Snow Leopards being called in by Stingers. Snow Leopards are an excellent choice. Anti-large, armor-piercing, and they kind of like go under the radar. But yeah, these Grail Knights did get some really good damage into the Bear Riders initially. But now it seems the Grail Knights might be overstaying their welcome a little bit, although it looks like there is some witchcraft going. Ooh, nice Dwellers Below going down there from outer region. Very, very nice. That was a beauty. That's going to be hitting the Armored Kossars, the Bear Riders, a bunch of units, and doing quite a bit of damage. As in the backfield, we do get another unit of War Bear Riders being called out. So The winged Warbear Riders are ripping apart Knights of the Realm. Knights of the Realm will have a pretty bad trade against these bad boys, and you see Dervishes coming in to sandwich them, so those Knights are going to be dragged down by the Kislev Bears. But overall, it looks like Outer Region did an excellent job coming back from the value deficit. But a Blizzard coming in, a counter Blizzard from the forces of Kislev is going to be tearing apart a lot of the Knights of the Realm and Battle Pilgrims, as well as some of the remnants of the Grail Knights, I would imagine, that are still there. So both players really having a knockdown, drag-out fight. This is a really, really brutal one. But Kislev's healing is insane, and people really, really underestimate it. I've had games where I'm up like 3,000 value against Kislev, but in reality, the amount of healing that Patriarchs are able to get in a blob is really, really nuts. And Warbear's doing good here. Sleds are also pretty heavily armored, so they mitigate the effectiveness of Knights of the Realm nearby. And it looks like Brettonia does have the objective advantage. This is a back objective owned by Kislev, another Snow Leopard coming out. And to the front line, obviously, the armored Kossars are eventually going to break their way through the Brettonians. It's going to take some time, but Kislev infantry here are just superior. Especially, they weren't when they first came out. They've had massive stat buffs. As a matter of fact, I think they've had a cost reduction as well as a stat buff, putting their baseline melee defense up to 40, which is pretty nuts. And they got pistols too, which is quite useful. But the blob fight looks to be going to the forces of Kislev here. Stingers pulls ahead. You know, the sustainability of the Warbear Riders with the sled supporting and the Snow Leopards mixed in there seems to be pretty good. And we do see the Snow Leopard of Stingers moving across, going after the Fey Enchantress. And the Fey Enchantress is going to be getting nibbled on pretty good. You know, I was really shocked here to not see Foot Squires. I feel like Foot Squires would be the better frontline choice. Although I guess they don't have shields. Maybe he's worried about like Streltsy blobs or something. I'm not sure. So Dweller's Blow going to be going down right here. And that's going to be doing some work, I would imagine. Oh, Chalice of Potions, actually. So it's the Fey Enchantress free item. A nice one right there. Really, really good Chalice. But I think that the forces of Kislev have kind of broken this game open. We see the remnants of the Brettonians back here. A couple archers getting run down by heavy war sleds. And Companions of Quinels are a very decent anti-large unit with armor piercing. It's basically what Brettonia used to use against Kislev before the big buffs to the some of the Grail Knights, right? It was your dedicated anti-large armor piercing cavalry unit, but they kind of have become redundant with the Grail Knights being so good. But again, when the Grail Knights eventually get fixed, I think you could see them being fixed a little bit more. And with the limitations on Grails to only one, you will still see Companions. But the fight rages on in the middle. We do see the Bear Riders, Snow Leopards, and it looks like some Winged Lancers coming in just for the quick support. This is the duel, the high-octane action you guys are all here for. The dreaded Grail Relic battling against the Bear Artillery. So we do see the Bear Artillery battling against the... Yeah, it's a hard-hitting fight right there. It looks like the Little Grom wins, and Kislev is going to be claiming first blood in today's victory, knocking out the dreaded Brettonians. All right, GG, well played. That was a really, really fun game. I certainly enjoyed that one. It was fast. It was furious, which is cool. Ended a little bit quickly, but, we might have some downtime between now and the next round is all I'm saying. But, yeah, that was a great match. The sleds did really good. The Little Grom was very effective. The healing on the Patriarch with the Warbear Riders was clutch. 1,300 here. I mean, honestly... That was a super clean Brettonian build. Very nice execution. And yeah, Outer Regions play was good as well. I would have liked to have seen maybe Foot Squires in the front. Because here's the thing. Brettonia ended up losing the cavalry fight by overextending a little bit deeply into enemy territory. I would have maybe liked to have seen some Foot Squires in the front line, backed up by a couple Trebuchets. Trebuchets are actually really underrated here. Because if you bring like 3 Blessed Field Trebuchets, or just regular ones... Little Grom can shoot them, but it's going to take Little Grom like 3 hours to kill them. And you can bombard the Kislevite infantry, force Kislev forward, and then your cavalry aren't having to dive as deeply into enemy lands. But yeah, it was a fun one. I think you just need some squires maybe, but aside from that, and also the 2 foot-based characters, Fey Enchantress with 4,000 value. That's a testament to how crazy her spells and Mortis Engine effect is. But having Henri Le Massif as well as another Paladin help out against the Bear Riders, I think could have been pretty nice. But yeah, it was a great match. GG, well played. And let's go to the website and see what the current breakdown of everything looks like. So we're going to be switching back to perspective here. And let's go to the brackets. And it looks like we only have 1 or 2 games finished so far. So it could be a hot minute before we get into the next round. But nonetheless, just want to thank you guys for joining here. So that... what game is going. This one should be getting reported right now. So that was, let's see, Outer Region for Stingers. And even though Outer Region did lose the match, he still has plenty of chances of qualifying for the top 4. He basically just needs to win the rest of his games and hope that his opponent, Stingers, does well enough. Because then you go to the description and yeah, we can check the tiebreakers and all that good stuff here. So the way it works is, obviously, you can see that the players who have won a game do not have an opponent score yet. The opponent score is the combined score of all of your different opponents in the tournament. And, at the end, if there's players who are tied in terms of Swiss points, that is used as the tiebreaker. Who had the stronger strength of schedule, whose opponents did better, and all that sort of good stuff. So yeah, it should be good. Should be good. Squires! Yeah, the Winged Hussars arrived, and they certainly did pretty great, my friends. They did pretty great indeed. All right, so loading back in here, and we will get ready for the next match here in just a second. And it looks like several of the games are now wrapping up right now. This one looks like it just finished, so we'll be getting there quickly. Hey, the Smoking Hot Wife is here in chat. She's back in Poland visiting family, and yeah, missing her. But we're getting through it. Yes, welcome. Any Blood Bowl streams, when Blood Bowl finally adds the features that we need to host a league, I will go back to playing it. Right now, it's kind of pointless in my opinion. So yeah, we're just going to hang tight and check it out. By the way, I was meaning to ask you guys. I know a lot of you folks are, well, I don't know about at this time, but for anybody watching the stream back, or anyone here who might know, is Doctor Who worth watching? And if so, what season should I start on? I've been kind of going through TV shows, and I'm I'm watching Star Trek as it comes out, Strange New Worlds, but I kind of run out of episodes, so I'm looking for something to watch on the side, and wanted to get your opinions on Doctor Who, and which seasons are worth watching, which ones aren't, all that sort of good stuff. Yeah, Age of Wonders, yeah, I could do that. I've been playing that offline. I play that game, every couple, maybe once a week. I'll play a couple matches of that. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. That's for sure. It seems good. Can you make 2v2 battles? The thing about 2v2 is it's really laggy. It's yeah, it's just tricky, man. It has such potential, just like many things in this game, but it's just without dedicated servers, it's just rough. It's very, very rough. All right, so checking it out. Yep, looks like a couple matches wrapping up here. 3 matches done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left, but they've got to be approaching their end game here now. So we'll do it. All right. So they say the 4th Doctor is the best one. Okay, stop after Matt Smith Doctor. Let's see. Andor is good if you like Star Wars. Yeah, I was more curious about yeah, what should we do? Because rewatching SWAT. I know. I would never watch SWAT without you, darling. It's our ritual. Yes. I recommend starting at the 10th Doctor. Okay. Wife says Doctor Who is great, and to start in the first season. How many seasons are there? Isn't it? It was an older show, right? Wasn't it in the 80s, 90s? It's sort of like Dragon Ball Z in that there are impossibly strong monsters, but then time travel and I win. Ah, okay, okay. Of the modern Who standard is the David Tennant. Okay, so the David Tennant one is the best. That's what I've heard. That's been some of the whispers that I've kind of stumbled across. Doctor Who, when he's David Tennant, was good, or Peter Capaldi. The rest I could forget about. Okay, fair play. We're getting some good feedback here. I know because they just made, it came to my attention because they just made a Magic the Gathering set, which is based on Doctor Who. And I was like, oh, this one kind of looks a little bit interesting. Series basically has a big hiatus between 8th and 9th Doctor, and the modern stuff started with season 8. Got it, okay. Got it. Started in the 60s. Oh, okay, so it's a pretty old school show. Damn. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Dark Elf faction. That's been a lot of fun. I've been having fun trying them out. They seem like a pretty strong faction, although without Soul Stealer, it's kind of like, man, I feel like I'm really leaning on that sometimes. Gotta decide what faction to make guides for next. I got the old Chaos stuff here. I should probably just put this out. I don't think Chaos is going to get any updates anytime soon. I keep saying I'm going to make a list here with all the builds. I don't know. We'll give it a try. Maybe I'll record it after the stream and put it out. Matt Smith, he was the guy who was in Morbius, right? Isn't Matt Smith the guy who plays like Morbius's enemy and who does that haggard dance scene? That's who I'm talking about, right? Early episodes of Modern Who are very episodic, so it's kind of like Star Trek, like TNG, where you could kind of just jump in because each episode was a little bit different. Yeah, should be fun. Gone hard into Deep Rock. I haven't tried Deep Rock Galactic. I thought, who was it that I saw playing that? I think it was Indie Pride or something. Yeah, seems like it's fun. Isn't it kind of like Minecraft? I really don't dabble too much in shooter games myself. Well, not shooters, but games that require a lot of clicking. If I lose them no. So, Prince, this is a Swiss tournament. So, mine has started yet. You want to cast it? Oh, okay. We have a game. Okay, so you guys have let's see. So we started at 9, 18, so 20. Okay, so it looks like we actually had one game in the round that hasn't started yet. Maybe they did. I'm not sure. Let me see. So we might have one. Okay, no. Good luck, have fun. 23 minutes. So there's one game that started a little bit later, but as long as they finish under the 45-minute marker, then we're cool. It'd be kind of cool to do in the meantime. If anybody wants to play, we could do a quick land battle actually, because land battles are very quick. So I wouldn't mind throwing one of those down. So anybody who wants to play one, you just need to have the total tavern and Flats of Kislev and cool. So this should be, these are quick, these matches. I will play, let's play a little bit of Skaven. That'd be fun. We'll play some Skaven here. Yeah, sleds are very strong out of region. They are, for sure. That's why you need the paladins and Henri Le Massif to nibble at them. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's the direction. A Minecraft stream, man. Started The Expanse from a stream when you talked about it. Dude, yeah, Amos. Yeah, Amos is great. Dude, The Expanse is a really, really good show. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do Skaven. Who are you gonna play out of region? You're gonna play a little bit of Khorne. All right, so let's get our beloved rats going. And oh man, how am I gonna deal with all that? The Khorne width, the Khorne pressure. It's gonna be pretty serious here. All right, so let's get the blocker and have some fun. All right, so rats versus Khorne. We have a little bit of time until the next tournament round starts. This is just a fun match. To be completely honest, I'm not that great at Skaven nowadays, but we're going to give it a good old college try and see what we can make happen. So let's throw you in there. Oh my god, he already has a build ready? Oh god. Oh. Oh no. So what do we want to get? Probably you. Yes, yes. And we can grab you. I like that. Do you not have that spell? Does he not have that spell? I guess not. Huh. Alright then. Keep your secrets. What fun characters can we bring? I feel like we obviously need some of those. Those are pretty much a Skaven staple, as they say. Can throw these bad boys in there, and then we can get some of these. Wow, it's crazy how quickly you can just go through a Skaven army and just like yeah, still have the old room here. All right, so let's get you. Throw you on this. Yes, yes. And yeah, that's all right. It looks fine to me. Cut the spells. This and this. All right. Unlimited rat power. It's gonna be a little bit scary, man. I'm like looking here and sweating bullets a little bit. All right, so let's get you guys on the back and throw some Chevys on these guys. I don't know if this build's good, but it looks rad. We'll see if it can work. I just kind of threw it together, and yeah, we'll see. Play as Tretch and just run away. That would be probably the strongest play here, to be honest. Have fun. All right, so still a couple matches going. We have our game finished very quickly. We started at 9, so we have 20 minutes left in the round. Our game was really quick. Shit, I didn't bring the wolf rats. I just brought like a very like mouth breathy type army. So yeah, I didn't get the council guard. I decided to go a little bit wider. Although against Khorne, elite infantry certainly are good. They're certainly good. I got Ikit Claw, your boy, and I brought him on a Doom Wheel as well, which is really, really fun. So we're probably going to run into old Scarbrand. Scarbrand's a pain. He's certainly tough to stop. Certainly tough. But let's see how this army unfolds. All right, so we brought Ikit because he's awesome. Ikit Claw is just so much fun. And we got rats in the front. Decided to go with clan rats, although in land battles it might be a little bit more prudent to go with the old what's it called, like Skaven slaves. It's been a while since I played land battle, so I mean I play them a lot every now and then. All right, Warp Lightning Cannon. Let's get you out ready to party. Warp Lightning Cannon, obviously super good here, and we have Ikit Claw, a couple Slinger rats on the wings. These rats are great because they're actually pretty resilient little fighters. And then we got the mortars sitting back here, so the mortars will be dropping some shots from downtown. Ogres, let's get the pit fighters there. Get you on the outside here, you on the outside. And outstanding. All right, so now we got some spears. We'll have one of them destined to guard this, and the other spears will be here, and the other spears on the outside. All right. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, so you should be in 3. Looking good. Warp Lightning Cannon is there. Got you in 1, and then we have some Eshin Triads in the backfield to just lurk. Classic land battle. It's time, baby. It's time. Yeah, the Ikit Zap Zap Cannon's an interesting one. I've had success with it, but I don't know if there's like some weird new meta or something. Okay, that looks like it's... Alright, so move up a tiny bit and get the Warp Lightning Cannon to start shooting at your boy Scarbrand. Out of region has really good micro, so he's going to be able to dodge most of these shots. But we're going to go, like, have some fun. Yeah, double cultist might be actually hard to deal with. This is why, like, bringing, like, a chieftain type character could have been prudent. Alright, so let's move up. Let's see if Scarbrand wants some. We'll just kind of say hello. And now the Avalanche Mortars. We've got to make sure they're saving their ammo there. Scarbrand juking pretty hard. So what we'll do... Is there any good quality warriors here? They're just marauders, mostly. Shoot at the cultists. I don't know if he's paying attention to those. So we're just going to take Ekket Claw and roll over there. I would imagine there's something hiding in the bushes here. And now the Avalanche Mortars can start pounding these marauders. And the Warp Lightning Cannon's going to be there. And it looks like, yeah, backfield pressure coming in. But we do have the spears and rats and ogres. Okay, so sneaky, sneaky. A lot of these Fleshhounds probably going to end up dying here, which is good. And now the big man's on his way in. So, yeah, we get a little bit of pressure here. Let's get both of these slingers to do this and this. And ogres are on them. And Ekket Claw is doing some big disruption here. So let's do this. Keep going forward. Nice, nice. And yeah, a lot of the Fleshhounds are dying. The question is, are we going to be able to maintain, you know, our mortars and other tools like that? Okay, it looks like on the side there's a couple units of horsemen coming in. Ekket Claw can keep rolling, and we probably get a Cleansing Rune on your boy here in a minute. Yeah, so a lot of the Fleshhounds are shut down. We got spears forming ranks. Scarbrand's taking a little bit of damage. Let's get you guys out this way. Chase down these Fleshhounds, and yeah, we have you guys here in 5. And we need to get them on Scarbrand. So Ekket Claw is doing good. I'm pretty happy with his performance so far. I think we want to drop a Cleansing Rune back here. He's targeting those pretty heavily. And we do have the Slingers putting some hurt on him. So let's go ahead and do this on Scarbrand. See if we can drop a little bit of pain on him. Let's get you guys up. And the rats have engaged in the front. Scarbrand's still taking some damage. And overall, the cultists are getting smashed a little bit too, which is good. All right, so let's screen you guys up. Pull these ogres back in there. Eshin Triads are on the way after Scarbrand, and we need to keep Ekket away from Scarbrand. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very ugly. All right, so rats go here, and yeah, the Triads are on Scarbrand. Scarbrand's a little bit damaged. Looks like the Fleshhounds decided to move back in, and we'll just start blasting Scarbrand again. Keep these spears nearby, and Ekket's just going to keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Looks like some of these guys are actually trying to move in here. Interesting. All right, so it's form ranks. We got the Warp Lightning Cannon back online. It looks like my Globadiers, unfortunately, probably will stay offline. But Scarbrand's getting smashed up. He's getting the business pretty good. And I did like that big ambush there. It was pretty fun. Pop unlimited power, keep rolling, and we can get into these Marauders of Khorne with the dual weapons, pull you Slingers back, and pull you Slingers back. And it looks like the Avalanche Mortars have come back online, so let's get them on these Marauders and have you guys screen here, get you guys going there. And looking good. All right, so Ekket needs to run. Obviously, we're getting hunted by Scarbrand, so we don't want any of that. Let's get the Pit Fighters of Helm's Deep to come kind of rescue the rat. And these ogres can pull back. Avalanche Mortar's just getting fat damage, which is really good. I can't afford to lose Ekket. If I do, then I probably lose the game, to be honest. So, ooh, we got Rampage. That's a little bit scary, not gonna lie. All right, so let's go after the big man, see what we can get done. And we need to get some ogres in there, and the Triads need to get in there as well. So Ekket is Rampage, taking some substantial damage right now. But, yeah, he's going to loop around here, isn't he? Yeah, we're going to do this and move you guys up this way. Ekket Claw, is he holding on there? He's hanging in there. Ekket's a true champion. He's fighting for his rat people. He's certainly a very proud rat. We're ahead on the bounce power by a little bit. If I can salvage Ekket out of this, then I think we might be okay. So Warp Lightning Cannon got knocked off. You need to get back on and keep ripping shots at the big man. And Ekket, come on, Ekket. Oh, he's wavering. All right, he's free. Oh, right as I get him back, I didn't get to cast the Cleansing Rune. All right. That's unfortunate. Well, the horsemen here should be getting dragged down. We got the spears, and oh, looks like Ekket's going to get away. Oh, Scarbrand got nailed. The Warp Lightning Cannon right in the face, baby. Right in the old face. And the Clan Rats are holding back the Khorne infantry. All right, looking good. Let's pull you guys around. Oh, the bravest inventor rat. Yes, yes. And Scarbrand looks like he's going to die. So let's just keep chasing here. Back on the Warp Lightning Cannon and keep blasting that bad boy. All right, so let's take a bit of a look. It's funny, I didn't even look at the edge of the map. It's been... Because that's not a thing in Dom these days, so I wasn't like super used to it. Looks like Scarbrand's dying here. We should have Khorne on the back foot. And the Warp Lightning Cannon's back online. Ekket Claw, he might come back. If he does, you know, we'll call it a gift. We'll try and do a little bit of screening for him there. But Scarbrand's going to pay the price, and I think we still have to deal with the Khorne cultists. Yeah, there's still these Khorne cultists. But the thing is, Rout Ogre should be able to beat them up, so not too concerned about that. All right, so let's get you back on this. Any other targets? Scarbrand has fallen. Ekket being the bravest rat ever, you know, he's running to go get some reinforcements. And let's get the Avalanche Mortars down here to shoot at these guys. And it looks like a couple Khorne infantry on their way back over. So let's smash them, and we can throw some pebbles at these guys. Come on, Ekket. Ah, well, he ran. You know, it is what it is. It's going to hurt me more than it'll hurt the Khorne army, but I'll keep you guys there to protect this. You guys go prison shank there. And now we just need to kind of wait out the cultists. Because, yeah, one cultist is broken. I think we're going to hit army losses here. And yeah, the Inventor Rat got the job done. You see, land battles are very quick. That was only 5 minutes, so. Are these actuals? Yes, they are. They're going to be disappearing. So what you do in this situation is you de-man your artillery piece and you just run away. And you're going to be good. All right, so back here. Now let's go ahead and loop you guys back up. I'm telling you, Night Runner Slingers are a super underrated unit. Durable with decent DPS. They ain't messing around. What actually ended up killing my... Oh, they just decided to run. Okay, that was weird. I jumped off the artillery piece and suddenly they lost all their courage. All right, let's see if we can get back here. Rally those rats. Just protect those. See if we can get the Warp Lightning crew back online. Screen you guys down this way. And yeah, Slingers and Ogres just kind of handling business here. Ogre still punching away. Let's just throw at these Marauders of Khorne with the dual weapons. Get you guys going here. Pull you guys back. Oh, nice. Avalanche Mortars. Oh, okay. Right as I look at them, they're like, yes, yes, no, no. We don't want any of that. All right, so let's get you guys back, and let's see if we can corner those guys there. I think we got this one, though. Like, the Slingers and the Rout Ogres, probably going to be enough to handle shit. Let's pull away from these Khorne cultists and give them the old pebbling. So that should be enough to probably trigger army losses. We'll just throw pebbles at them, and let's get the Pit Fighters of Helm's Deep over here to clear out some of these chaff units. It looks like he's hunting down the missile pieces, which is certainly smart. Man, the Warp Lightning cannon, I'm surprised they ran, actually. That was weird. All right, Pebbles. Yes, see? Every 1 damage you do is going to be a little bit closer to army losses here. That's the idea. All right, so let's pebble those guys down, and the Horsemen, unfortunately, still circumventing us. They got what they came for, so we're going to have to just kind of sacrifice that. Pebble's doing good. Those guys we can drag back a little bit. Looks like Homeboy's going to break here, and when he breaks, we'll just do a charge with the Rat Ogre on the back to break his leadership. And now what we want to do is we want to surround these spears, although those Berserkers there. All right, so one's down. So let's start pebbling the other one. Yes, good. Perfect. Go Rout Ogres. And we could just probably circle beat them at this point. I don't know if he's got a cultist summon to the back pocket. A lot of like high-level land battle players will do that. They'll save like, you know, that one last piece there. Let's get you and get you up this way. You can just charge in there. Not a huge deal. It's just too much stuff here. All right, so we get in, and that's going to be army losses. Still got it, baby. I think. Still got it, sort of. All right. It's like riding a bike, playing old land battles. All right, let's move back here, and go back this way. And yeah, looks like the cultists are just going to get smashed. That was a good game, man. That flank, I definitely wasn't paying attention, granted. Most of the Fleshhounds were kind of sacrificed for, you know, the greater good. Didn't really shut down too much. It was, yeah, Scarbrand also got nailed. I don't even know how we killed Scarbrand so effectively. Ikit could have gotten another Flensing Rune. Warp Lightning Cannon was good. Ogres were fine. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty solid, well-rounded performance for most of the army. For old Khorne here, 1700, double cultists. Let's see. I like his army, honestly. I just feel like the Fleshhounds didn't get their pound of flesh, as you would say. They weren't able to get in there. All right, so let's go check the tournament. I'm going to refresh it, see how we're doing on the round. We should be pretty close. Well played, Outer Region. It was a good game, man. If we have time between the next one, we can run it back. We can play another one. All right, 2 games still to finish. And we should be good. Should be good soon. I like that build, though. Felt good. Felt good. It felt like a nice defensive shell. No, Minotaurs, they're not that good against Skaven. Because the thing is, Minotaurs just get, like, shanked by, like, Clan Rat spears and pebbles thrown at them. And, like, you know, triads. And it's not, like, yeah, it's not the best trade. Rout Ogres also, like, block them up pretty well. And, yeah, you can go anti-large Minotaurs. But, yeah, against Skaven, it's mainly infantry you're dealing with. I actually don't even know how you would go. I think, like, obviously Scarbrand is probably a weak link in that matchup, right? I mean, you're here in chat, Outer Region. You would have to let me know. Yeah, I'm going to be playing Baldur's Gate. Doesn't it? When does it come out? Does it come out on Thursday, is it? Is it the 3rd? Is it the weekend? Yeah. Very true to the Skaven spirit. Ikiclaw's great fun. I really like him, actually. I think he's good. Because the thing is, he kills cultists. On his Doom Wheel, he's an anti-infantry thing, so he can run over the cultists. But, you know, he kind of killed my Ikiclaw and owned me with that rampage, so that felt pretty bad. But, yeah, if Ikit could live. If Ikit could live for sure. It's the 3rd, yeah. Skaven are really fun, man. I hope that CA does something to make it so you can't unsummon your Lord, like, and get the power grab. So this is like the cheesy mechanic I'm talking about. It's so dumb. It like pretty much ruins, like, Skaven don't even use Lords. They just do this. They use this. So if your Lord has died or is off the battlefield, it gives you +8 leadership. So they just, like, what Skaven players do, which is just super lame and boring, not only to play against, but to watch, is they just bring a Grace here for 350 gold, they unsummon it, and their whole army gets +8 leadership. It's like the dumbest shit ever. Yeah. I hope CA fixes that. I've been trying to get him to, but I don't know. It's not even like it's a huge balance thing. It's just like the faction doesn't like play like a faction. They just don't like, they're just abusing a mechanic that it's not intended to be used that way, clearly. Like unsummoning a lord isn't the lord dying or routing. It's just being ported off the field, but the coding is the same. So yeah, there's games still going. Yeah, there's games still going. Yeah, Outer Region, your game was really fast, dude. That was like literally 10 minutes. And it's a 45-minute round, so all right, let's go to the bracket. How are we looking? Yeah, still two games going, so hopefully they get it done. Here, they have another 8 minutes until we get to the next round, and yeah, we're good. Turin, play Lizardman, give me some build to use. So, Allied, let me, if you actually want to get serious about, you know, being the Dark Lord of Total War, I'm gonna tag you somewhere in the Discord. We have like a forum section in our Discord where people talk about like builds and stuff. It's really, I mean, you're gonna find a treasure trove of good builds in there. Let me tag you here. Oh, do you not have the Warhammer tag? Allied, you need to go to the Discord and make it so you have the Warhammer tag, so I can tag you in this other section, and then or just DM me, whatever. Honestly, yeah, we have the Jelly Sultan. We don't have enough time to play another game, probably. Would be the issue. Yeah. Show them the Lizardman thread. Yeah, so if you want to just like a really mouth-breathing Lizardman build, you can honestly just go with like a Life Slan, the Shredder of Lestria, and then just like a bunch of cheap infantry and just have fun, you know. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. All right, so let's see how we're looking. Yeah, we'll do some Age of Empires this week, maybe tomorrow night. Yeah, it'll be fun. Smeagol in here talking smack. All right, one game left. It's Trex and Bloodmoon playing. All right. Man, how do they go so long? I often wonder, man. I often wonder. So, Skaven players here, what Plague Monks, Sensor Bears. You know what? Plague Monks are actually not a bad unit. I played a couple games with Hadries recently, and he was doing some good work against me with Plague Monks. How do you beat Brettonia's Nurgle? I can give you a sample build. It's doable, but it's not easy. So against Brettonia, you need a small map, firstly. So you just go with Big Chungus Kugath, okay? And you bring you cut Children of Nurgle since you're only going to be casting like 1 or 2 spells. More Ascension, Nurgling Tide's okay. Just that, okay? Then from there, what you can do is you have a couple options. You can go double Cultist if you want like a little bit more of like a grindy presence, or you could go double Exalted Hero, but either way, they're both pretty important. So you go Soul Grinder, right? So going this, you're already going to be dominating the range fight. All their Peasant Archers will die to this firepower, typically with some good control. And yeah, like this is like the foundation of your build, right? So then from here, you can go double Cultist or double Exalted Hero. Double Exalted Hero is not bad. So let's switch to Dom mode, and you can do this, and you just bring them down to 900. They're pretty solid, and they do good against armor. So if your opponent has Foot Squires, whatever. And they also kill the Brettonian cavalry. So I would say like this is the direction you want to go. And then from there, you can just go, yeah, there's a couple choices. You definitely want some Marauder Horsemen in the wings, because they're a very good answer against the, what's it called? The evil things, the heavy cavalry, yes. There's a couple other like strange gimmicks you can do. You can get Pox Riders, and then a really like interesting tech. Yeah, you got to throw in Toads. Toads are just excellent. They get wrecked by Knights of the Realm, but if you support them with infantry, they do okay. I actually like Great Weapon Chaos Warriors in this matchup, and then a Nurgling. So the Nurgling just kind of like can plop down to the back objective. You can even do this. Okay, so you get the Frolicking Bubonic here. They sit on your back objective, and the rest of your army moves up towards the middle, right? And yeah, so you do something like that. The one thing you have to worry about is the Brettonian mobility hammering your back objective, but the Soul Grinder and Kugath can put some range support, and then you can just, I really like Chaos Warrior Great Weapons here, because they perform pretty well against the cavalry and also will wreck Foot Squires. You throw in a couple Forsaken to get fast objective speed, and Furies, just 1. 2 Hounds, I would say, and the last thing in our disappearing act, a Beast of Nurgle isn't a bad idea. If Brettonia wants to like blob fight against you, it's not a bad idea to throw one of those in there. So something cool like this, I think, would work against Brettonia on the right map. If it's a big map, you're going to lose. If it's a small map, you got an okay chance, especially since Grail Knights are restricted. I've beaten high-level Brettonian players with builds like this. So, all right. Let's do that. And any cool Empire builds? If you gave me the matchup, yeah, I could give you specifics. But right now, yeah, still that last game is going. So let me message them. Two are playing, yeah. I'm just making sure they're playing because it's taking some sweet time. They have 3 minutes left. Minutes left. All right, so I gave them the old 3-minute warning. Let's see what they got. Aces. All right, cool. They'll be going. Yeah, Nurgle's a lot of fun, man. Rotflies are okay, but the thing is like they're not like. The main thing you're going to be fighting against Brettonia is going to be Peasant Archer spam and like Knights of the Realm and Grail Knights, right? And Rotflies are terrible against all those things. I mean, they're okay against Knights of the Realm, but like the Knights of the Realm are anti-large and like, it's just not the way I would go about it. Brettonia is going to have an unholy nightmare dealing with Kugath, honestly. And, you know, feasibly, if you wanted to get real crunk, just get real like down and dirty, you could do something like this. You could throw in a second Soul Grinder. Like, honestly, against Brettonia, this wouldn't be bad. Because the Soul Grinders have armor-piercing shots and can be pretty nasty at clearing out infantry, too. But, like, the double Cultists give you really good fighting power, or double Exalted Hero on the objective. But, yeah, this wouldn't be a bad build against them by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Look how he scurries away. Allied, you calling out Smeagol? You trying to get him to play you in this game? Yeah, that's good times. All right, so let's see how we're looking. I gave them the 3-minute warning. And I think we're okay. Yeah, I think all the scores are reported. So now I'm going to show you guys how the magic goes on behind the scenes. You ready for this? The big reveal, okay? So all the rounds have finished, and then we click our fancy little button, which is going to advance the Swiss. So we do that, and then the bracket will update here, and it will generate the next round based on the scores. We go to brackets, and boom. So the next round is here. So it matches individuals who won the previous round against other winners, you know, vice versa. So yeah, let's go check it out. Let's go have some fun. I know we have an Empire player here tonight. Let's see if he's playing. All right, so let's see where our matches are. Let me tell them that the next round is live. Next round is live. Next round is live. Good luck, have fun. So I'm going to shop around for matchups here. I'm going to try and find us something fun. So just give me a hot second, and I should be able to get us something going. Do you ever find Shieldbreaker to be useful? Yeah, I mean, it's not like a stat that you want to build around, but like when it's on a unit, it's useful, right? Yeah, so Stingers we just watched versus Cow. Let's see, so we have a Coast player playing. We have Ogre Kingdoms. Some Wood Elves, several Brettonian players. We even have a Brave Slaanesh player going on. Lizardmen, all right. Some Nurgle, High Elves, and I don't know if he ever actually ended up playing the Empire player. Let's see if he did. All right, we can do this. We can do a little bit of that. So let's see what players left their lobbies open. Okay, so let me message the old Empire player, and we'll get a little Empire action going. Should be fun. All right, we have to represent Sigmar tonight in some way. Lobby code, please. I think that's his name, isn't it? Is that him? It's weird. It's like Discord's like only showing like a partial bit of the name. All right. So let's see if we can get that. Or open spec slot. Do we have a red Olgor bounty? There should be a bounty for all those like Haggard Demon Princes, actually. Is there any Slaanesh matchups? Yeah, we do have a Slaanesh matchup as well. You know, we'll see what spec slots open up here. So Outer Region's in his game. I don't know who's in this lobby. Let's go check it out. Oh, they have a different password. Aha, but I guessed it. The power of the tournament host here. We're guessing all the goodies. All right, so I don't think that's Dark Elves Brettonia. We already had a Brettonia game, so I'm going to do something else. All right, and let's see what else we got. This says fun, so I assume this is a tournament match. Let's go check it out and see what's going. And are we going to get it? Oh, this could be fun. All right, I'm down for this. Dwarves versus Ogre Kingdoms on Itza? Yeah, okay. And it's my boy Subutai. He's my pal. Let's cast this one, man. Dwarves, the Dowie coming for the Ogre Kingdoms. This is actually a matchup in which the Dwarves can do pretty well. I would say Dwarves are even maybe favored in this matchup if it's a map like Itza. Let's go look at the stats real quick. It's been a long season, but we still have some pretty good stats. Yes, the Dwarves sitting at a 53% win rate. Wow, they've only played 3 games against Ogre Kingdoms this season. That's insane. And they've won 2 and lost 1, so you know that's not enough data to draw any conclusions. But from my anecdotes, I found that Dwarves do pretty okay against Ogres. Like Slayers are really good. Like your infantry are hardy. Your missiles are really good against them. Yeah, this would be a fun matchup. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. All right, so looking here at the win rates for the rest of this. Khorne sitting in the pits of hell at 34%. Chaos Demons. I think Chaos Demons are actually stronger than Khorne. I think Chaos Demons can do well. Coast at 39. Slaanesh climbing up a little bit. Like, these factions are all fine, honestly, if you take, like, these guys, you know? I think these are all chilling. Chaos Dwarves are fine if you limit them. If you fix their capture weight and you've balanced the Chaos Dwarf trains to not be bugged, then Chaos Dwarves will be okay. So they're pretty fixable. Ogre Kingdoms are definitely OP and Dom. I don't know about Land Battle. Nobblar Trappers getting buffed was really stupid. And then Brettonia obviously is pretty insane, sitting at 63% win rate at the higher levels. Yeah, Khorne will be back someday. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Thanks for streaming. You next. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you, Mike. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. All right, Subutai versus Stannis. Should be fun, man. Stannis with the evil eye watching, and oh, look at that army. Subutai coming in with the mass Iron Guts. Is this some forbidden RTK technology that's been long lost to the sands of time? Of course, they're going to be better against Slayers because they have armor, so all right. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. It's going to be good. So we got Ungrim teamed up with Old Felix. 4 Slayers for the front line with 5 Quarrelers. No, 4 Quarrelers and then a Ranger ROR. Wow, this is a really weird dwarf build. I don't know how this is going to go. I feel like not having Thoric is always tough. I think Grom Brindle is much better than Ungrim because he's got a snare and a map-wide buff. But yeah, Ungrim is cheap, I guess, and him and Felix certainly will be tough to uproot. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to go, ladies and gentlemen. I can't help but think this is going to be a tough one for the Dwarves. Because Slayers, like, you don't want them to be taking the initial charge. Like, you want them to be following behind the Dwarf Warriors and piling in to help. That's usually, like, the best spot for those bad boys. So I'm a little bit nervous for the Dwarves here. I don't know about Stannis' experience, the Dwarf player. But, you know, what's kind of cool is we have all the data on that. So we can go look at Stannis and see that. So, yeah, Slayers are excellent against Ogres, obviously, right? Stannis. His name is Stannis, but oh, he goes by a different name in Discord. All right, that's why I couldn't find him. Okay, I was looking on the old bracket there. So, yeah, the Trapper change needs to go. It's really I've told CA that much like 1,000 times. So, yeah, hopefully they'll get it done. They've been pretty receptive and cool. So, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, taking a look at old Ungrim. Ungrim's here with his big beat stick, and I mean, yeah, if you're looking for a cheap anti-large character to park on an objective, he's not the worst. And Felix Jaeger and him will provide him with a little bit of healing, which is cool. And yeah, what's not to love, man? Front line is going to be Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, Mass Slayers, actually. Ulthar's Raiders creeping up on the high ground here, so they're going to be parked towards Objective 1, looking to fight. And in the back, we do have Quarrelers galore. So Quarrelers, I don't hate the shielded variant, like the shielded armored variant against Ogres. The armor will make them last longer against Ogre Bulls. Granted, it's a fight they're always going to lose. Rangers, of course, are cheaper and have stock, but I can kind of see the appeal of these. Hey, Sean, thank you for becoming a channel member. Greatly appreciate it, man. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard, and my friend, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this late night stream. And now that is the Dwarf Army. Over on the other side, we do have ye old ogres. The Sweat Lord galore here, Subutai coming in with the Iron Guts into the sunset. Iron Guts are freaky good. 100 armor. It used to be 90, but they got buffed. Yeah, ogres have just been getting these weird buffs over the past couple of patches. I don't really understand it, but it's been happening. And of course, Iron Guts now have the bonus for infantry, which is very good. Ogre Bulls with dual weapons at the back, the other preferred choice against Dwarves. Obviously, Dwarves are pretty much all infantry size, so having dual anti-infantry is very good. And Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw in the Bushes, just going to be using Troll Guts and Iron Guts, I would imagine. And that is pretty much it. So if I had to make my predictions now, man, the Dwarf Army looks like it could struggle against this, although the lack of Nobblar Trappers could make the Slayers a little bit more powerful in the front line. And, you know, much of it will come down to how effective Subutai is at shutting down the the shooting. I always think a solid front line of Dwarf Warriors backed up by like a cannon in the backfield is really good against Ogres, and then Slayers kind of saturated out throughout your army with Quarrelers and things like that. But I played this matchup with Subutai maybe like a month ago, and I would say in our experience we found the Dwarves to be a little bit favored in that matchup the couple times we did play it, but yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. So Dwarves going to be running up to the high ground. They got their Mohawks out for Grimnir, or whoever they worship. Who's the Slayer god? Is it Grimnir? Is it? Yeah, some of you guys would know. I mean, Ungrim's obviously the Slayer king, but they have a pantheon. Like, who is the dwarven god that the Slayers worship? I know it's something cool. Interesting approach by the Dwarves. Very unusual, actually. So what you see the Dwarves doing is going to the high ground on this map, and like that means that they're going to play like this and play those two objectives. Normally, what most Dwarf players do is they like park up in this corner here, and then they push towards objective 2, which is a much easier route to go about. We do see a cannon coming out from Stannis, and I don't know what he's doing with those Slayers, man. This could just be an early round mismatch. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see what Stannis can do. I mean, the cannon's doing well, but man, if the Ogre Kingdoms want to just rush this, dude, it's gonna be rough. T-Rex push-ups, thank you for the 200. Holy shit, man. God damn, super generous. It's like Dwarf Meat is back on the menu, boys. Yeah, I'm starting to think it is. Like, he summons in a cannon, but then he kind of abandons it yeah, this could be brutal. Ungrim thinks he can take on the Ogres. Definitely going to need to be a Slayer call-in, like, right on top of this cannon to get his money's worth. But yeah, we do see the Quarrelers running into the tree line, Ogres swarming all over, Cannon Fire doing well. And okay, so we do see a Slayer call-in. Man, T-Rex, thank you so much, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, your prediction could be right. Slayer's going to be making an aggressive play up on the high ground here, but Subutai is a very, very seasoned veteran of the tournament scene. He's going to know that Noblar Trappers hard counter Slayers. Slayers are getting picked to pieces. That's going to be a very, very rough one right there. As the Ogres and Iron Guts now going to be moving in with Noblar support, again, countering the Slayers. So overall, a very, very rough stuff here for the Dwarves in the early round. So yeah, they're going to be getting taken to the club for sure. Those Slayers getting picked apart. Ulthar's Raiders moving in, a little bit hidden. And backfield fighting is underway. Slayers aren't doing badly against the Ogres that they can fight. You can see, like, it's very cost-effective for Slayers. Excuse me. They can catch one of these Ogre Bulls, like, head-on. But in this case, I think it's just going to be tough. I think Subutai is too experienced of a player. And it looks like the Dwarf player might be a little bit newer to the tournament scene and is going to be experiencing a good, proper Ogre rush. Sending these guys out on their own here is going to be very tough. We do see these Slayers kind of running for the hills. These ones going to be getting dragged down by the Noblar Trappers. But yeah, you know, Ogres are the best faction in the game. Like, top faction, hands down. I think, like, it depends. Brettonia and Ogres, top factions, right? Dwarves, I think, have the tools to counter the Ogre Kingdoms and do very well against them. But clearly, I think the Dwarf player might have been a little bit newer here in this matchup, at least. So we see Felix and we see Ungrim fighting here. Subutai just going to be pinning him in the back. And the middle objective does actually go to the Dawi. We have Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. But these Slayers, they need to be behind the shielded units, right? They need to be behind those bad boys. On the other side, Objective 3, it looks like it's going to be taken by Subutai and the Ogre Kingdoms. And yeah, looking pretty bleak. I wouldn't be surprised to see. I mean, I don't know if he's got enough experience to really know how bad this is for him right now. I mean, he's down value against the healing faction. Dwarves typically would be ahead of Ogres at this point in the game. But yeah, this is not going to be great for the old Dawi here, as we see Ulthar's Raiders getting hunted by Iron Guts and Trolls with Ogre Bulls with dual weapons, and also the Slaughtermaster hunting those bad boys down. The other Dwarves going to be getting routed off the edge of the map. Decent fight for the Dwarves in the tree line, I suppose. They do have Slayers saturating into Ogre Bulls. This is pretty much the only spot that the Dwarves are pulling any sort of respectable value. Over in the middle, Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are being used to screen out the throwing weapons, which is good. That's what you want to be doing, is using your silver shields here. But Leadbelcher is going to be just shooting him from right down the pipe here, which is going to be brutal. So Subutai runs with the Noblar Trappers and just starts blasting these Dwarves into the Shadow Realm here. So that is going to be very, very tough for sure. Very tough. Timothy, thank you for becoming a channel member. Yes, yes. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard, my friend. Ungrim Iron Fist and company doing their thing. And yes, this one looks like it is going to be over. I don't see any way that the Dwarves can come back. I don't care if you had the combined spirits of Felcon and Houseplant and, you know, all the Dark Lords of the days of old combined into this one player right now. I don't think that they would have any way to win this game. Middle objective is going to be flipping for the Ogres. It's going to be a triple cap, and looks like that is going to be that's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote. I mean, Dwarves making one last valiant push forward, but Subutai is just going to pin him in, and it's basically just going to be suffering as the Dwarves just kind of sit here and you know, aren't going to be able to get the momentum back. 3,000 value lead's tough, especially with healing. I mean, we've seen Troll Guts going down most likely. Dwarves moving out, looking badass in the process, running through fires and flames to hunt down these Ogre Bulls who are on the run. And old Unkrum Iron Fist looks like he's finally able to get a fight, so the Axe of Dargo is active. I mean, could Subutai throw this? I really don't think so. I practiced with Subutai quite a bit. He's a very, very good player. Doesn't make too many mistakes, honestly. So Axe of Dargo going down, anti-large attacks, quite nice. But yeah, the Dwarves have lost all their objectives. Every objective is going to be taken. Couple Slayers hunting here, but Subutai microing his Ogre Bulls back, most likely, and trying to get Noblars engaged in front, which is what you want to be doing in this matchup. That is what you want to be doing. So the Ogre Lord actually does get broken, which is interesting. The Slaughtermaster gets karate chopped a little bit. The Dwarves getting tenacious. They heard us counting them out, and they're like, hey, man, we haven't heard no bell. So what you should do, if you're watching this back standus, is in this case, you want to make sure the Ogre Lord flees. So maybe like chase him with the gyrocopters and fly overhead and just repeatedly shoot him to make sure he gets routed off the battlefield. That would give you a little bit of a, a little bit of punch. The Ogres with less leadership certainly aren't going to be as good. Here we have Slayers on the other side taking down Ogre Bulls, and the value is a little bit, less of a discrepancy now, but the Slaughtermaster was able to come back. You could have had the gyrocopter maybe go into melee against him as soon as you saw him fleeing, but that is not going to be it. On the other side, we do see Noblar sitting here. Blasting charges coming to try and salvage those. That's a good instinct. You see a lightly armored unit that's going to be very vulnerable against blasting charges coming, and you call in these bad boys to deal with them, but that ain't going to be enough. And on the back objective, Felix Jaeger. I mean, Felix and Unkrum not doing badly. Like, I like that combo. I think it's cool. Grom Brindle is the better way to go, in my opinion, if you're going to do that. But, you could go, like, also very wide against Ogres and just go, like, a cheap Dwarf Lord and go, like, super wide 22 stack, just like your 20, how many ever units you can fit in your army, basically. And, you can definitely do it. But yeah, these guys are going to get forced back. Duncan, thank you for becoming a channel member, man. We got 3 new channel members tonight, guys. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. And I don't even know. Let's see here. I got some like notice from YouTube today that like we can do channel membership gifting stuff now. I was gonna give you guys a bunch of it, but I'll take a look, see if I can figure that out. Iron God's coming in, and it's honestly looking like it's pretty over. Subutai is like just like all the boxes are checked. He's responding accurately to every threat. Against Slayers, he comes out with Noblar Trappers, gives them the dirty, right? Against the Gyrocopters, he brings out the old Man-Eaters. Against Shields, he brings out Lead Belchers, which don't really care about shields. Just very, very on point with this. And certainly just seems like an experienced discrepancy in this match. Stannis certainly had some good resilience holding on and kind of getting the value back a little bit from the pits of hell, but it's not going to be enough. It ain't going to be enough for sure. What is your most anticipated unit coming to Total War, says somebody in chat. Light and Sept. Well, for me, I would like to see Tamarcon and like Toad Dragons for Nurgle. That would be something I'm really hyped for. Any sort of Empire units would be really exciting. Empire is what I have in tabletop. It's my tabletop army, so I think that would be cool. Iron Gut's going to be taking these guys to the club for sure. And yeah, I think it's got to be GG, man. I don't know. He's not going to tap out. He's gonna go out the old-fashioned dwarf way. So we could just kind of hang out, shoot the shit a little bit. There's not going to be too much analysis I can give you guys here. This game's very much over. It's mainly just the dwarves, running around and exacting vengeance on some of these miners. And if we were to have a crash right now, I would for sure just give the victory to Subutai. GG, well played. All right. So let's go take a look at the brackets, see how we're looking here today. So heading on over to the tournaments. And we'll get into the next round. Okay, so let's do this and go to the brackets. Looks like a couple games are just wrapping up right now. We tried to. Oh, Mike, that was you. Nice try, man. It's tough. Let me give you a build that would be a little bit better against ogres. Well played, Mike. Well played. And here, so if you're playing against ogres, this is what I would kind of recommend. So let me get this. I think dwarves are actually even-ish against ogres. They were slightly favored a couple patches ago. But yeah, let me give you a build for that I would recommend. So there's a couple ways to go about it. The classic formula is Thoric. You just go Thoric on his anvil, like dirt cheap, right? And then you just get him with the Rune of Slowness is good against ogres, and Rune of Wrath and Ruin. This would be like to kill Noblars and whatnot. Forge Fire, you don't really need it. Hearth and Home, you don't really need it. And yeah, so you just cut this, right? So you're just going like super, yeah, Empire can deal with ogres as well. Ogres are still the strongest, like one of the strongest factions in the game, but yeah, even still. So then from here, you just want shielded dwarf warriors against them. The cannon, you don't start with it in your army. You want it in reserve. So you can pop that bad boy out like mid-game and do some work. From here, I always like Rangers. Corlers are okay, but I think Rangers are going to save you a little bit of money. Although, It's only 25 gold. I suppose the Quarrelers, I like what you're doing with the Quarrelers. So we get some of those, max those guys out. And then in the main army, you can probably throw in like 2 Slayers initially, including Dragonback. And, or maybe just 1. You definitely are maxing out on Slayers in reserve. Okay. So max Slayers in reserve. I didn't hate your character squad idea. I think you could definitely do like, if you want to, you can do Gotrek and Felix. It's a bit of a different playstyle. I do think that you want some guns in reserve too, for the Iron Guts. So you'll bring these guys out like to respond to deep backfield threats. Second cannon is kind of tempting. I don't hate the Gyrocopter Brimstone gun. I do think that that's like a nice idea. Blasting charges aren't like amazing in this matchup, but I would do that. And then for the next units, I would probably mix in a couple Longbeards with Grey Opens. Like they're going to be in your second row. They have charge defense, and they can also fight against Iron Guts better. Yeah, so something like this for your starting army. You could even cut this bad boy and then mix in. We're a little bit tight on money there. So you could throw in like a Thunderer in the back, right? So from here, you're just pumping out Slayers like super quick, right? So it's wide. You're going to be trading a little bit better in the front line, I think would be the school of thought. And you can even pull out Thanes if you want to, but they kind of get smashed a little bit by Iron Guts in my honest experience. So from here, you just want to get more infantry. So probably a couple of these. And, you know, I honestly like this build. I feel like it's pretty feasible. The cannon's going to put nice pressure down. You need to protect it, though. The cannon needs to be behind your formation. And the reason you pick Quarreler instead of Rangers. So here's the thing. Quarrelers have shields and 80 armor. So the thing is, if Ogre Bulls get on top of Quarrelers, they often last longer because they're basically Dwarf Warriors and they don't die and fold like Rangers do. So it gives you more like time to salvage them and get them firing again. There is an argument to be made for Rangers because the stock is really nice. Honestly, out of region, they both have their pros and cons. Mighty, thank you for becoming a channel member. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. We got 4 new Dukes here tonight. Yeah, the Trollhammer torpedoes are also quite good. You could totally, you know, find a way to mix them into your build, right? Like so, something like this. I definitely like having like a couple Thunders, depending on what the map looks like. You could even go 1 Thunder if you want to, since you threw in the Iron Drake, and then there's times where you just want to go like wider with Dwarf Warriors too. So you could do this, and then throw in like this guy to get like a wider army. Can Warriors trade with Ogres? No, they don't. Yeah, they don't win, but they hold. The Ogre Bull is going to take a hot minute to kill a Dwarf Warrior. The damage comes from your Quarrelers and from your Thunders and your Cannons and your Slayers. But you do not want Slayers in the front line ever. You saw what happened to you because your Slayers got wrecked by Noblars. You want the Ogres to commit to attacking your Dwarves, and then you shoot the Ogres with your ranged, and then the Ogres, if they don't kill your ranged, they die. And if they go for your ranged, you have Slayers waiting for them. It's kind of the rock, paper, scissors of playing these type of factions. Quarrelers with Grey Weapons are okay, but no, you don't need it. Yeah, something like this I think would be a very solid build. And there's other ways you could go about it too against these bad boys if you want. I've seen some interesting builds, but yeah, this is like very solid. This is very solid. So yeah, give it a try. I think you could have some success with it. All right. So let me see how we're doing on the lobby. Let's refresh this. So yeah, we got a little bit of time. We'll see how we're looking in rounds. All right, so we got time for a land battle. If anybody wants to join, I got a lobby open. It's just called T, and anyone can get in here and do it. We'll do the old Pillar of Bone. We'll do some fast land battles in between. Troy, thank you, man. Dude, 5 new Dukes, man. Welcome, welcome. We're going to be having a fun week, guys. We're going to do some Age of Empires tomorrow, and then most likely Baldur's Gate when that comes out. I'm going to see what that looks like and to see if the old hand can handle it. Should be easy. So use the shields for force of action and hold them in place for the Mohawks and Thunderers. Yeah, the Thunderers are a tertiary unit though. You don't want your Thunderers as your primary shooting unit because I find that they have line of sight issues. Like the Thunderers are what you call, once they get on top of your Quarrelers or they have something rampaging in your backfield, you call the guns to shoot them in open field. That's typically better. Yeah. Yes. All right, so yeah, let's play a little bit of dwarf action. Sure, why not? So it looks like he's going to play Brettonia. The evil Brettonians versus the Chad dwarfs. All right, let's play a little bit of Dowie action. Outer region went from playing Nurgle. Okay, Ooh, this is an interesting one. I kind of have an idea of what this is going to look like from him. Play the Beastmen? Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. We'll maybe play them next game. We're going to do some Dwarfs right now. And, you know, honestly, Nurgle and land battle's actually not bad against Dwarfs. In Dom, it's a little bit harder for them, but here they can do well, so. Man, yeah, it's weird having so much money in your starting army, you know? Okay. Okay, looking good. Turn-based combat? Sweet, sweet. As long as it's turn-based, we're golden. Yeah, Thoric's just kind of like too good to pass up on, man. It's a shame, but it is what it is. He is very, very good. Although, you know what? I have a bit of an idea in this matchup. Although it's probably going to be Kugath, isn't it? Ugh, just big stinky Kugath causing problems. He's a scary one. He for sure is. So let's try something a little bit different that maybe people wouldn't expect. Okay, and yeah, those characters are a bit of a nuisance. They're a bit of a pain. I actually don't know. So let's throw you in there, and then we can throw Homeboy in there. All right, like that. Yeah, no, I think that's not the way. Okay, man, that's like such a cost difference. It's crazy. All right, so that's the front. We definitely want to get a couple of you guys to help out with the back pressure. Certainly going to be some Hound units coming around, I would imagine, would be the case. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 will be fun. Let me just see how we're looking on the old brackets. I don't want to start when the next round's about to go. What other themes would I would love to see a 40K game. I like, as much as I like the historical games, man, I like a 40K game would just be like fully erect for me. So what else can we bring in? Yeah, we need to get a couple of you guys. Clearly there's going to be some toads about. We'll get you because it's awesome. And yeah, I think we're okay here. I think we are ready to party. We're gonna like throw in one fun unit in the back just to like try and put a wrench in things. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but let's give it an old whirl. All right. Yeah. All right. All right then. Do I have enough to deal with that? Yeah, I suppose we're okay. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let's see how we're looking on the bracket for tonight. Looks like a couple games are wrapping up here. You want to try and form a band of hero halflings with the boys? Yeah, how many people can play in co-op in that game? So we got 2 games still finishing here, okay. So hopefully this battle will be over quick one way or the other. And we need to look at the bracket. And Panda should have currently 2 wins. Let me just check that. Yeah, all right, outstanding. All right. I'm talking about hand pain, huh? The only thing that, so I have like a psoriatic arthritis in my hands. It's been the culprit all these years. Finally discovered it. The only thing that like helps me is this like over-the-counter diclofenac thing. Yeah. All right. So let's see what old Papa Nurgle's up to. Yeah. So let's get the dwarf battle lines ready to go. So the dwarf shields in front, ready to take one for the old team here. And we got you guys and you guys and you guys. All right, looking awesome. Nurgle is coming. And we have a dwarf lord just going very cheap. I did bring the Skyhammer just because it's awesome. And I figured that would be fun, so we got that. Okay, let's do this. Outer region ready. He must just have like a very straightforward battle line here. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of like keeping you guys in the front and using the blasting charges as like a peeling piece. So let's get you guys on the sides and sides. Outstanding. And then Slayers will be in the back. In the back. Big Chunkus Kugath is coming, man. He's certainly looking for blood. PK guard in the back, and we have some dreaded flamethrowers who will just hide in the trees for now. Can they hide in these trees? Can we not hide in here? There we go. All right. And yes, PK guard are awesome. Oh, hello. Almost pulled a classic right there. Certified Turin classic. Yes, the screen blocker of doom. All right, so wider army. It's fine. We'll just start shooting the cannon at that thing, and we can move up and get ready to do battle here. Let's get the PK gate guard hiding in the trees. Doesn't look like he's got anything vanguarded behind me, so I think we're okay. And man, that soul grinder Nurgle pounds. Yeah, Toad's coming around with the flank. Cannon should be able to put some hurt on that thing if we can hit it. We'll see. Let's go take our Skyhammer. Oh, he does have Kugath. Shit. Oh, okay. Well, let's kill the soul grinder first. Kugath is going to be a bit of a project, so we're going to hope for the best. All right, so form ranks. Peak gate guard will be in the back. Anything that kind of like squeaks by, we're going to like try and go for them. And yeah, let's go do some bombardments. Let's go shoot this bad boy, and hopefully the cannons will get the job done eventually. So let's form you. So you a little bit deeper set here, Slayer's a little bit deeper set, and get this party started. All right, so this is gonna go. These are Chaos Warriors with great weapons. We got blasting charges, gonna wreck those Marauders of Nurgle, so that should be pretty favored for us. So let's go this way, and 1, yes, and 2, outstanding. And then we want to do this and this. All right, so those Chaos Warriors got beat up a little bit for sure. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of hurt into those. And it can start working on Big Man Kugath. But the front line's going to be definitely shady. It's going to be very, very dicey. I don't know if I have enough armor piercing, actually, to deal with some of this stuff. I do have the PK card lurking in the back. We're probably going to need them to come up sooner, and we can get you to start battling here if possible. All right, so the Soul Grinder is definitely getting smashed. Let's pull you back here. And yeah, the Toads are coming into party. Let's go ahead and start shooting the Toads, and shooting the Toads here if we can. And yeah, we need to get that Soul Grinder down. So let's start getting you guys doing your thing. Pull back this way. We see the old Nurglings coming around with the flank, which is pretty cool. And some of the Toads are definitely getting beaten up. We need to finish those guys off and get you Slayers to come back here. Front line's holding, and yeah, the Soul Grinder is getting worked on a little bit. We do get the Flamethrower fire, which is nice. And now Slayers should be able to get some peels and get some peels here. All right. So the fighting is on. Bows are doing their thing for the Dark Gods. Hopefully not for the Dark Gods. I'm just so used to saying that, but it is what it is. Soul Grinder's coming in the backfield. Let's pull you this way and blasting charge these little Nurglings. And get the PK card back here. Start doing a little bit of hammering. We'll run this way, and we just need to drag down the Toads. And hopefully this thing will be able to eventually take that bad boy down. All right, so blasting charge is coming, and let's get you Flamethrowers going after those Chaos Warriors of Nurgle. Get these guys moving this way, and it looks like the backfield has been successfully peeled. So now we can go for Kugath if possible, although let's actually run back this way and reform ranks a little bit. PK guard have gotten the job done. Cannon's doing some work, and the Flamethrowers are still doing all right here. Cool. All right, so we got these Slayers. Let's pull them down and around. Kugath we just have to avoid at all costs. Let's pull the Hammers over here and try and reform ranks a little bit. We're going to probably lose the Cannon. That's okay. Slayers need to go after the Toads, and we just need to make sure these Rangers survive. And we can force Nurgle into like a kiting situation, basically. All right, so let's shoot you if we can. Pull you guys back, and PK guard come over here and help out. Let's get the Dwarf Lord going over there too. Run this Cultist over to the edge of the map here, and yeah, we need to just basically... The Cannon is sacrificed at this point. That's not going to go well. That thing is basically dead in the water. All right, let's turn around and shoot. PK guard, get in there. You get in there, and Rangers go this way. A couple Dwarves, let's keep shooting there. And how are the Slayers looking? I think we had some Slayers fighting here, didn't we? We do. All right, so bows and bows out for the old Nurgle forces. Unfortunately, the Soul Grinder slowing me down there. Nice play. Couple warriors, let's make them come back in, and we do have the bombardment, so I can do it right over these guys. So let's do that and see if we can maybe soften them up a little bit. Running and kiting Nurgle back is always funny. All right, so those are just Marauders, and now we need to get the Gyro Bomber to go here and do a nice little bombardment. All right, that should be a good one. Nice, right in the face. Let's get you, and the Hammers will finish off these Nurglings, and yeah, we need to just keep moving away. Keep moving away, gather those units up. Slayers, unfortunately, are getting, yeah, these Rangers are getting screened out a little bit. Let's even go salvage them. Need to get you back this way and have you guys loop around, come down here. Blasting charges to your thing, and these are, oh, those are just Marauders. Okay, we can fight them, actually. I'm not too worried about that. All right, so let's get the PK guard to get in and bash this Cultists, if possible. The Flamethrower's doing good. I think we're a little bit behind here. Not, like, too bad, but, yeah, definitely a little bit behind. So let's get you back. We have the old Gyro chasing, which is hilarious. These Slayers need to go after the Toads. And if we can get wipe out that Toad squad, that'd be really, really nice. Yeah, he's a little bit ahead, for sure. A little bit ahead. All right, so the Flamethrower's online. Looks like the big man's going to be running for the hills. Cultists should just straight up die here. If we can get the PK guard surrounding it. I mean, it's a pretty strong unit. Oh, we got the nice terror route right there. Very good. All right, Slayers, how we looking? We got those Toads dragged down. Yeah, need to keep staying on those Toads. And let's get these Rangers to shoot. You guys pull back this way, pull back this way. And yeah, the PK card need to get on top of that Cultist if they can. All right, so Flamethrower time. Get you guys going after those Chaos Warriors, and we can loop you back this way. Cultist is very speedy. Look at him go. He's got wheels, dude. Yeah, he's got wheels for the Plague God. All right, that fight actually went well. We completely isolated the Toads. So now let's get you guys looping up and around this way. And this is a unit of Chaos Warriors, so we need to just kite them, basically. We still have to deal with Kugath, though, which is a problem. As long as we can maintain some of the ammo, I think we're going to be okay. All right, so let's get these Flamethrowers back. Do this. Peak Gate Guard aren't going to be super useful. Clearly all the missiles are going to be a little bit problematic, so let's get you. Have you guys go after this, and hopefully this flamethrower unit can survive. We do have a lot of Slayers, and some bows, I suppose. Alright, let's get you guys around. Get you guys down here. Kugath is basically just waddling after us. We need to get that cultist off the battlefield. We need to Shadow Realm that man. Alright, let's keep going here. Flamethrowers are back. He's trying to push through, but we have some dwarves here who should be able to screen and get kills on those guys. Slayers are coming in numbers. And cool. So yeah, charges. Hopefully we can get that cultist broken. That would be really nice. We don't want the Peak Gate Guard fighting the big man. That would not be good. So let's just start working on him with some bows here. As a matter of fact, we could even just shoot these guys. It's probably better to just clear everything out and make it so Kugath's like stands alone. These are marauders. Okay, so let's go into the trees. We have 2 bombardments left. Not too many infantry to choose from, to be honest. So let's get away from here if we can. We need to save these bombardments if possible. A couple rangers trying to flee the scene. And fortunately, I don't know how we got those Iron Drakes. I was like, it looks like I completely screened them out, but it wasn't quite the case. All right, so the Dwarf Lord needs to peace out now. I don't know if we can deal with Kugath at this point. He's going to be an unholy pain. We have a little bit of bow action, a lot of Slayers, but the 2 cultists being alive is a problem. That's why I almost went with Gotrek and Felix. Like, I was really close to doing it, just to have the tools to deal with that, but I think he's got us. Let me see how we're looking on this stream here. Let's go to the brackets. Refreshing. Sorry, I minimized right now, so bear with me. Yeah, we didn't bring enough anti-character, for sure. When the cannon went down, too, that was like one of the big things. All right, looks like the next round is ready, so I'll probably just surrender here. I mean, yeah, we could put up a fight, I guess. But I don't want to hold up the rest of the tournament for our showcase here. Yeah, because like Peak Gate Guard will do okay damage against the big man, but Slayers will do a little bit better damage. These guys still running away. We have the bombardments on these. These Rangers are coming in. I mean, maybe this game's winnable, actually. Maybe it's winnable. All right, so let's go this way. You guys are going to pull back, luring Kugath hopefully into the Dragonback Slayers. And you just keep running this way. A couple flamethrower squads are back online. Nice. So Kugath is going to run for the hills now. Let's get you guys in. Dwarf Lord's getting punted. And let's do this. And this. And perfect. That's going to be a nice one right there. Very good. And we need to get one more nice bombardment. All right. So Kugath is getting the old Slayer treatment, but he's going to Mortis Engine everyone down. It's basically going to be GG. I do have some archers coming across the map, which actually would be super useful against him, potentially. So we'll see if we can break the blob. How are we doing here? Yeah, we have this guy coming. He's basically going to be dead weight here. Peak Gate Guard are pretty elite, and certainly will trade okay. How many Slayers do we have left? 64? It's a hell of a lot of Slayers in there. We don't need that many, actually. That's overkill. All right. So let's get the Flamethrower. Oh, guys! Guys, look at this! It's the lone Iron Drake of the gods! It's just one dude. Let's use this guy to get some leadership breaks. Look, he's got his one flamethrower, just putting the hurt on the big man. All right, so you keep going. Let's get you guys to do this, pull you this way. The Nurgle forces are starting to break here. Taking their sweet time. Peak Gate Guard are getting some damage in there, but it's not going to be enough. Those are Chaos Warriors with great opens too. Dwarf Lord lost. Yeah, my first build would have been better. The triple character squad to kill his cultists. Alright, so yeah, those guys are completely broken, so let's get Peak Gate Guard over here. Is this actually winnable, this game? Like, I kind of feel like it might be. We have, like, Slayers and, like, bows coming back. Although he still does have that Soul Grinder monster, which is nasty. Alright, let's go get on those Chaos Warriors. Blasting charges coming over here. The Chad Iron Drake, I know. Dude, look at him. He's putting the hurt on him. It's mitigating healing, too. It's, like, slowing his speed, and the Slayers are all over him right now. Alright, where'd the other Slayer unit go? Alright, we probably pull them in. Kugath's got, if we came back from this, that'd be pretty insane. But Kugath is definitely getting melted, and he's going to start taking bowfire, which there's like a small chance we can get this. If that one Chad Iron Drake didn't betray his ancestors by running right now, maybe. Yeah, we have another unit of Slayers nearby. Kugath's taking a little bit of work. The cultists are out of position right now, like for sure. Kugath's at 9,000 HP, full bowfire coming in, very nice. At 8,000 something right now, and we'll get these warriors, these hammers, to intercept these Chaos Warriors right now, and hopefully bash them a little bit. Is Kugath gonna die? Let's go intercept here. The last Iron Drake tried. He was the last of his people. He was a proud Dowie. I would imagine that my opponent's got a lot of Winds of Magic right now. Let's go sweep some of these units off the field if we can. So All the Slayers are basically committed. Peak Gateguard are going to win that fight, obviously. Kugat's at 6,000 HP, but man, there's still cultists left. I think Peak Gateguard might be able to find a way to win, but yeah, it's not easy. All right, so let's get you. He's at 4,000 HP. A lot of Slayer attacks. I mean, he's losing HP. If we can get him to crumble, that'd be pretty good. So he's crumbling right now. Did he get nukes by a flying Nurgling? Is that what it was earlier? Did I miss it in all its glory? Okay, Kugat's going to get a heal, which is unfortunate. It looks like those guys have been intercepted. The last of the bows are going to try. We got to just go all in here, but probably I'm going to get army loss, to be honest. All right, so let's just go in guard mode, put you in guard mode. Just keep shooting at the big man. Fleshy's nice. Yeah, army loss. GG, well played. Good close game. We just needed more character killing. All right, so let me advance the brackets and refresh this. 6k HP, but if you can get his leadership low, he'll kill himself. He'll crumble down. All right, so everything looks good, and let us advance the Swiss. All right. Let's get it, baby. Round 3 fights. So the brackets are good. Let's find it. Okay, well played to Outer Region. Fun game, dude. Fun game. I feel like Nurgle has a better matchup there than in Dom. I feel like in Dom it's a little bit harder for Nurgle to beat Dwarves. Although they have great weapons. They have pretty good great weapons. Yeah, so there's that. All right, brackets live. Good luck, have fun. Next round up. All right, so we're on round 3. What matchup do we want to watch here is the question. That Iron Drake was a Chad, man. He was great. He kept going strong. Do you have any... I don't really do guides on my channel too much. It's more like playing and teaching through that, but I should do it. I should. All right. Because all the guides, any guides I have are probably pretty out of date right now. So whose games have we not casted yet? So let's see. What games are open? GG, well played. Oh, so the build I was going to suggest was going to be... The Skyhammer wasn't that good. I was going to go for a character Goon Squad of my own. So basically have Thoric, not a Rune Lord. Thoric with his like bare bones kit. You just need Rune of Slowness there, really. You can do Wrath and Rune too if you want to. Just cut all these and then Rune of Wrath and Rune. And then cut the Iron Drake and then get a couple characters. So get like Gotrek in there and then get Felix. That would be like probably what I would recommend against Nurgle. And you just need to free up a little bit of money here, which isn't hard. I actually didn't hate the Peak Gate card. They were okay. Although going wider might just like objectively be stronger, just having like more stuff to throw in front of your opponent. So you could just throw in another Slayer there and probably call it a day. Like this build I think would be very good. All right, so let's see. Players are all looking for one another. Perfect. Good job to all our players keeping the old ball rolling. And let's see what lobbies we have. I'm going to just go jump around lobbies so I can find one. Kane would be fun. I think he's playing High Elves. I think that'd be a neat one. Curses, what's your password? I'm going to message him. All right, Kane. Password, please. Maybe it's like case sensitive or something. All right. Let's get it. Any plans on Baldur's Gate? Yeah, gonna be playing it on a stream on Thursday. Yeah. It could be the Forbidden 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure I tried that. Let me check. 2, 3, 4. Okay, you got me. Some people like to get a little crazy and add an extra thing in there, but this is gonna be fun. High Elves versus Kislev. Normally this is very High Elf favored, High Elf favored, but I wanted to see what Stingers potentially attempts to do here, so that could be pretty cool. Army blocker up. Wait, we don't need an army blocker. I'm not playing. All right, very good. Genius, the big plays. Gonna read the Shadow of Change booklet? I might read it. I don't know. I might just watch a video on it or something. Be lazy. Yeah, Baldur's Gate's gonna be fun. I mean, I played Shadows of Amn like a maniac when I was a kid. I played Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Amn, and I also played Neverwinter Nights. Those are both pretty fun, and that kind of led me to reading the Drizzt books. So I just went bananas reading the R.A. Salvatore Drizzt books. What was it? Sojourn, Homeland, Exile, The Halfling's Gem, Seas of Silver, Streams of Silver, I think is what it is. God, man. It's like another time. It's another time. Can you read us the Jade Dragon book as a bedtime story? I could be persuaded. One sec, guys. I'm just going to go refill my water, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, should be good. Something I was thinking of doing as well. I know it's just kind of out of the blue, but I've been having the urge to just host some Age of Empire tournaments again. Not necessarily FFA, but like standard 1v1. We hosted a couple when the game first came out, and I felt like that was a lot of fun. But you guys have to let me know if you'd be interested in that. A chapter at the end of every nighttime stream. That would be pretty funny. Yeah, it would be funny. All right, so let's see this. Looks like the players are not ready yet. Any adminning I need to do? Looks like we're okay. Oh, somebody got a buy round, sad. Yeah, well, we had someone drop, so inevitably there's going to be a buy round, so. All right, so let me make sure the buy round did its thing. So he's got no Swiss points at the moment, so he should have one here, so let me fix that. Okay, so who are you? What? A little bit of adminning shouldn't be too bad. I think it might be this gentleman. Okay. Looking solid. I guess we don't need to worry about the score too much, although we should put the 1 here because he got the buy. Okay. Let's go to the brackets, signups, and Swiss score. All right. Can I be in the 1v1 tournament? Anyone could join. Yeah, the one thing I never liked tournaments that like are limited based on like I like tournaments. I've always been of the philosophy like I like tournaments to be open. Even big tournaments, like invitationals. I mean, of course, like if the conditions like that's all you can do, but I've always liked big open tournaments. That's always been my jam. Yeah, Outer Region's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun to watch. We're going to see if he can pull it back tonight. He did lose the first game as Brettonia, but I'm sure he'll be back for blood. All right, so looks like we updated that. So we're going to drop him from the events. So we had one player drop. Getting a little bit late in some parts of the world. And hey, it looks like we're loading into our next game as well. All right. I heard the Gotrek and Felix audiobooks are awesome. Yeah, I heard they were pretty good. Who narrates the? Wasn't there one where they had Brian Blessed like voicing Gotrek? Oh man, that'd be fun. I mean, he obviously did the voice for the game, but yeah, I knew there was something along those lines. He definitely's got the Gotrek look as well, the big beard and everything that he's got. It's pretty cool. All right, so bracket, and we're gonna be dropping you. No problem. And there they go. Alrighty. So we're all set. Shouldn't be any buy rounds next round. All right, ladies and gentlemen, loading into our third round of tonight's tournament. We've had some fun games in between, but now we are back to business, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an Archmage of Metal coming in with Searing Doom as well as Plague of Rust. Very standard. Searing Doom is very cost effective against Kislev infantry blobs. And Cavalry too if you can catch them sitting still. And Plague of Rust is just, Kislev has armor and that makes your bows more effective. So you're going to be going bows against them. That does the trick. All right, cool. So front line is going to be White Lines of Krace with some Silverin Guard mixed in. Silverins are great. High armor, durable, good at grinding. And the White Lines of Krace are the punch. They're the hammer to the anvil of the Silverin Guard here. So yeah, not bad at all. And what is the hero core? It's just going to be an Archmage of Metal. Looks like we are not going to be seeing anything too fancy out of the character core. Over here for the Forces of Kislev, it's going to be Armored Kossars for Stingers. Not the Great Weapon variants, going for the Shielded variant, just looking for more cost-effective stats rather than armor piercing, which might come back to bite them against the Silverins and White Lines of Krace. In the secondary line, okay, it looks like there is some Great Weapons here. So we do have the Kossars with Great Weapons in the secondary, which I would imagine will be piling in to help their homies. And it is Ice Witch of Tempest. Okay, very similar spell kit. They both kind of did the same thing, right? So they do have the, not the Snowflake on it, but the Hailstorm. Hailstorm is a nice, semi-armor piercing bombardment. Doesn't do badly. And Blizzard is the same thing. Blizzard is a nice vortex, but very expensive. As you guys know, a couple patches ago, we did see nerfs to a lot of the big expensive vortex spells like Pit of Shades and different things like this. And now they are not quite as cost-effective as they once were, but still can be very effective, which is cool. And yeah, Patriarch as well. Patriarch probably going to be helping out with any sort of, healing as needed. If there's some cavalry being pulled in or characters that need a little bit of loving, he will do the job. In the back, we got a Bolt Thrower coming out. So the High Elves do call in a Bolt Thrower, call in getting some DACA out on the field. The old Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower with the nice anti-large poke. It's not a unit that's just going to instantly karate chop something like a cannon, but it's consistent and it's cheap. You throw it up there, you put it on Little Grom, and it's either going to get Little Grom in the fourth quarter of the game, or it's going to, force your opponent to allocate healing, which they might not want to, onto an artillery piece. And honestly, not bad at picking off cavalry models and all that kind of stuff, right? So I don't not have a screen blocker on, right? Okay, no, I don't. We're good. I was going to say, that's pretty standard fare here on the old channel. So the Bolt Thrower is going to be creeping over to Objective 1, and we do see the White Lines of Krace and Silverin Guard hustling out from the trees, as the Archmage of Metal lurking, having a stare down with her counterpart across the ways. You can see the Ice Witch over here. Let's see if we can double click. Ready? The zoom in, yes, and there's the Ice Witch. The Ice Witch lurking in the trees as well. And yeah, the Blizzards could be pretty impactful if you can catch the High Elves in a blob of some sort. And Searing Doom, though, I think is a very solid spell. Honestly, are the stats like the exact same? So, okay, 6 wins, 36 range damage with 33%. And this does 6, 36, and 30. Isn't it just a copy pasta? 200 range, 209 and 30. And then we look here, and this is 209. Guys, is Searing Doom and Hailstorm literally just a copy pasta of one another? It kind of looks like it. I don't know. Maybe there's some unique differences to the amount of projectiles or something. Okay, medium strike area, and this thing has, let's see what the strike area would be on the Archmage of Metal. Okay, interesting. So it doesn't necessarily indicate the strike area. Oh, medium strike area. Strong versus single target. All right. That's a little bit crazy here. They look very identical. So, Bolt Throwers shooting into Little Grom. Little Grom not going to be happy with this trade. This is not cost effective at all for the old High Elves, or excuse me, the old Kislevites. And that cheap Bolt Thrower can certainly be more easily replaced than the expensive Little Grom. Little Grom is decent against, it's kind of like a generalist cannon. It can kill cavalry, it can kill characters, all that sort of good stuff. But yeah, this is not what you want with your Little Grom. I think the Little Grom probably would want to retreat at this point, maybe pull it back behind the hill. It has better range than the Bolt Thrower, so this is a big mistake by Stingers. I think if you just park it back here, out of range of the Bolt Thrower, you're going to be able to shell a lot of the army without the Bolt Thrower being able to kind of return the favor. We do see the Salax Lullaby going down, and it looks like the Kislevites are just going to be committing to a trade here, which I can't help but think that's not the best idea for the old Grom. But, to each their own, man. He likes to party, and he's going to be thrown down. Looks like a backfield dive going to be attempted here by Stinger. Stinger's going to be trying to loop some cavalry around, but the High Elves have good quality cavalry for sure. And Dragon Princes are waiting. Dragon Prince is going to be absolute just beasts against these Kislevite Dervishes. And the Dervishes spot the heavily armored Jock Cavalry and immediately pull back, which is a smart play. The Dervishes still are going to have some use. They could maybe try and find a way in, look for an opening here and try and get through the formation, but certainly I'm not seeing any very easy openings for them. So Kislev going to be moving up with Zargard, but not a lot of great weapons in this army. I mean, there are a couple, but it seems like the Kislev army does lack a little bit of armor piercing. And now we get Narnia lines getting apeshit in here. So Narnia line's going to be charging into the warriors here, which normally they would be very good against, but it was a really nice play by Stengers to counter them by countercharging them with the dervishes, right? So the dervishes will do excellent work at screening out the DPS of the war lines of Grace, pushing them back. And oh, look at that damage. Wow. Beautiful play there by our elf player, Colin, using a sweet Plague of Rust on those armored Kossars, right? And then baiting out a Tempest and just nailing those armored Kossars with that Dragon Prince charge. That was super erect right there, man. Okay, Plague of Rust Dragon Prince charge is no joke. Those guys certainly know how to thunder. That was fun. So shooting continuing in, and looks like the Zargard going to be taking a fight here versus the White Lines of Krace. White Lines of Krace will trade pretty well into them. I think in a sustained grind, the Zargard would probably barely win that, but from a cost perspective, it wouldn't be the best. But a lot of Kislevite shooting, a lot of pistol fire going into the old White Lines of Krace there. And on the flank, it looks like the Narnia lines did lure out the Kossovite dervishes a little bit, and now they're being shanked down by spears, and the Narnia lines stacking in. It's pretty cool how War Lines of Krace have made a little bit of a comeback in the old meta here. Now more cavalry moving in, White Lines of Krace and Dragon Princes surrounding on both sides, and here the Warbear Riders have been called in for Kislev to deal with some of the advancing Elven cavalry units, and these bears will dominate Dragon Princes. Dragon Princes are, you know, they're good at, you know, being shock cavalry, but against other anti-large cavalry, unless you're the Fireborn, you know, you're not going to be having a great time. And even still, the Fireborn would probably not trade the best into Warbear Riders, considering how good their armor is and their access to healing that they do have via the Patriarch. The fight rages on here on the flank. It looks like the Narnia lines did pull back, and they certainly went to go somewhere else, although no, it looks like they were just grinded down by the armored Kossars eventually. Warbear Riders getting hit by Plague of Rust. Nice play there by Colin as well. So Colin applying Plague of Rust, putting their armor down to 40, and then focus firing them with a bunch of bows, which normally lack armor piercing, but in this case, we're able to have a pretty cost-effective fight. Far side objective, let's look at objective number 3. It looks like it's being held by Silver and Guard. So Colin just kind of parking here, and honestly, Kislev is probably not going to even play this. I feel like Kislev is just going to be doing, you know, a kind of a land battle fight right here, basically. On the side, we get Winged Lancers moving in. Winged Lancers, an excellent counter against War Lines. War Lines only have 35 armor, so the shock damage of the Winged Lancers, which tend to lack armor piercing, obviously, they don't tend, but they always do, is going to be quite good against those bad boys. It looks like a Blizzard going up there, but Colin looking for blood in tonight's tournament. And he does dodge that Tempest. That Tempest was certainly a nice attempt. And Little Grom with a direct hit on that Archmage of Metal. But then Little Grom goes down. Oh, man. So Little Grom ripped one shot before it went into the eternal slumber, into hibernation, as the Bears would call it, and was able to nail that Archmage of Metal. But at the end of the day, it, you know, the Archmage still stands and Little Grom does not. See what I'm saying about the Bolt Thrower? Nice incremental value, 1800 on this bad boy. And it's still going strong. But Kislev does fold the flank a little bit. The Warbear Riders, the Winged Lancers and company were able to break these White Lines of Krace, and now they're going to be diving into the backfield, looking to shut down some of the missiles. Granted, these are no mere missiles. These are the Lothern Sea Guard with the shield. So their melee defense is going to be a rock hard 52, and they also do have anti-large attacks if any sort of cavalry do try and jump on them. That's kind of the issue of this matchup. Kislev likes to use, they don't have like a traditional mortar type piece, so they need to win the infantry fight with the High Elves to get to the Lothern Sea Guard. And normally Kislev would do that by using war sleds, by dervishes, winged lancers, but like they have spears, so that whole idea doesn't win. And I find that Kislev typically does struggle in the infantry fight against the High Elves, so that's the whole conundrum of that. So here, Armored Kossars heading on in, Winged Lancers afflicted by the Plague of Rust getting a nice charge, and it looks like there's going to be another Blizzard attempt, but honestly, man, Colin has been super on point with these dodges here, but it looks like going to be going for a cheaper bombardment, just going to be a hailstorm, and they should be able to escape that. More Puremain Company coming out. So Puremain Company is here, and they're pretty elite. Puremain Company, head-to-head, against Zargard, probably would just straight up beat a Zargard unit. Their stats are that good. 47 and 48 with armor sundering is nice, and the Zargard basically just get bashed right there, and it looks like the value is pretty damn close this game. I don't know who I would say giving a slight edge to. It's a really, really contested match. I think the High Elves probably have the edge, considering they've had the objective advantage for so long, and the burden is on the on the Kislevites to move up and remove them from objective number 1, but that's not going to be easy. And now we start to see War Sleds coming out. Okay, this could be a big game changer. The War Sleds are an excellent tool at clearing out Silverins, as well as, you know, these Narnia lines here. Looks like a nice bombardment. Searing Doom coming in there from the forces of the High Elves. Going to be nailing the back of the Zargard and Armored Kossars as the sleds move in and get ready to party. On the backside, we do see the High Elves kind of having their flanks get collapsed by this big Death Star. So we got Dervishes, Warbear Riders, and a Patriarch who's just healing all of them. And yeah, the High Elves are getting forced back a little bit, guys. We see the kind of ground being given a little bit. So essentially, we see the forces of Kislev moving and just gathering here and just moving towards that objective right there, right? They might be able to get the momentum. We'll see in due time, my friends. Over on objective number 3, it looks like Silver and Guard is on vacation there. Okay, so Stingers is actually going to be going for a split push. Very interesting. The only issue with the split push is when the value's this close is that, you know, you're in a close fight here, and allocating your stuff to the side, it might have been better served over here. We'll have to see. I mean, it could pay off in due time. So over on objective number 1, the High Elves are still chilling. The heavy war sleds afflicted by the Plague of Rust right there. So the Plague of Rust putting it down to 50 armor, making the bows that much more effective. But that Warbear Goon Squad is certainly no joke. Couple Zargard moving in. Pyramid Company still seem to be in good shape, but they're not going to be if the heavy war sleds get on top of them. And you know, another issue for Colin here is Colin's Archmage of Metal is like heavily overextended and could potentially be killed here. If the Kislev player were to get the 2 characters and go in and take down that Archmage, that might be enough to change the game for the forces of Kislev. But Kislev is going to have to get this pretty quick. I mean, they are running it a little bit close. So here's the thing. If the High Elves get to 1,000 points before Kislev gets to 500, then it's a triple cap situation. And you know, every moment that it's a 2v1 cap, it's going to get closer and closer to a triple cap situation. But yes, the High Elf Lord actually getting taken down. Wow, brutal. So the Patriarch and the Warbear Riders take down the High Elf Lord, which overextended into the battle lines. Big blunder there by Colin. Certainly going to be throwing his lead a little bit. But Kislev is moving up, and we do see the heavy war sleds moving in to overwhelm them. And guys, I have to say, this is looking real bare bones here. I am not seeing any High Elves nearby. I see some Silver and Guard, some Narnia Lions back here, a couple running Lothern Sea Guard. But this objective looks like it's going to flip, and the gamble ended up, I don't know if I would call it a gamble, but the gambit ended up paying off here as the Zargard are going to bash these Silver and Guard. I mean, it's 30 and 54 against 36 and 50, but the weapon strength difference is quite big. 42 against 32. Charge bonus on these guys. Armor advantage goes to the Zargard. It's not going to be a quick fight, but eventually, if the High Elves don't commit anything else to this fight, it is going to be a win for the Zargard against the Silverans. And the back objective here is going to be going towards the old, for the Kislev. So they do take that. The High Elves going to be desperately scrapping, calling in Storm Riders as well as Lothern Sea Guard. And in the back, what do we have here? We have nothing coming out quite yet. So yeah, it looks like the High Elves really on the back foot. Stinger's saving up 2,000 supplies right now. What's going on? That's weird. He must not have anything to summon. Uh-oh. The cheeky plays from Colin. Colin getting real sneaky back here. A couple white lines of Krace. If they ninja this back objective, guys, that could be a huge catalyst for change here in this game. And what are the Kislevites saving up for? Or do they just not have anything to summon? Maybe they didn't do good housekeeping in unsummoning their units. That could for sure be the case here, guys. That could really be the case. So the mage is going to be running for the hills. The back objective close to flipping, but now we see some units being called in. So it's going to be winged lancers on this objective. We do see the Zargard winning the fight, so you can see how it's slowly starting to flip for Kislev as the Zargard do get that advantage here against these bad boys. Pretty big HP difference on those. And it looks like this is just barely going to get salvaged here. So on the backside, we got Armored Cossars moving up, as well as some basic Armored Cossars with great weapons. Winged Lancer is going to give them the dirty. X going to give it to these guys. And they got their lances out for Warhammer Poland as they get in there and run down the white lines of Krace. And those guys get folded. Back objective still looking pretty good. We see the dreaded Bolt Thrower crew looking to try and hold that point, but don't think that's going to go down like that. Kislev is pretty hard to get off points for sure. And in the backfield, we have White Lines of Krace being called in, but White Lines of Krace not going to be terribly efficient against these sleds, unless they can get them trapped in combat, for sure. Over here, I do like this play here from Colin. This is a nice cheeky play, getting the old Narnia Lions in there. Narnia Lions will be very good against the Dervishes, so he's not Dervishes, but Zargard. So if he gets them around the back, or even just as a frontal charge, they would win this fight. So the War Lines of Krace in tandem with the Silver and Guard would win that 2v1, assuming nothing else gets brought in. Kislev, their response right now should be some Dervishes. The Dervishes stacked on top of the Zargard would give enough DPS and buffering to prevent the War Lines of Krace from just going apeshit, basically. So, Objective 1 being held by Kislev, and yeah, the High Elves are just kind of using Reaganomics here, just trickle-down theory, trying to spread that wealth. But in this situation, it ain't working, my friend. War Lines of Krace just going to get swarmed and pinned back. Kislev has a pretty nice critical mass of units here. A lot of them are damaged, but it's still a lot of HP to get through, and Kislev does have more and more units on the way out, and that is going to be a tap-out. Very rare Kislev victory in the High Elf matchup. Clearly, Stingers is a man possessed here tonight, winning his first match against Brettonia, and now against High Elf. So, yeah, man, Kislev has got some teeth, and I'm really happy to see it. And when they get some DLC, I think Kislev is going to be a top-tier faction. That's always been one of my predictions. Even still, they're a good medium-tier faction right now. Solid. Looking at the performance, it was kind of hard to tell, honestly. It kind of felt like a dwarf game where Kislev's value was just like sustained. I think the Warbear Riders coming in and the heavy war sleds as like a closer was really nice. 1,700 value on this war sleds as well. Yeah, I liked Colin's build. Honestly, it was good. It was we had the old Narnia lines getting in there, some spears. The mage dying was a big turning of the tide. Yeah, no. So typically outer region, in my experience in this matchup, let's go check the stats. I think high elves typically do well against Kislev. Let's see. So high elves against Kislev. Let's see where that matchup is. Oh, never mind. Oh shit, the meta has changed a little bit. Okay, I'm wrong. So high elves actually only have a 40%. Well, they had like a 45% win rate before that game. So it was an even-ish matchup. Close, but maybe slightly Kislev favored these days. Must have been a little bit of a shift in the meta since my times. GG, well played to both players. This was a fun one. And let's go check the brackets and see how we're looking tonight. So refresh. Okay. And now let's go take a look at the current standings. Yeah, so Subutai winning with his Ogres. Currently undefeated, looking to take the Ogre Kingdoms all the way to the finals tonight. Certainly don't blame him. And yeah, a couple more games wrapping up. So the meta is starting to look like for the grand finals here. So let's go to the main page. Go to the signups here. Subutai currently undefeated. A couple more players will be undefeated after this round. We just have some games to finish still. So we got, yeah, a handful of games here to be finished. Yes, yes. And yeah, so we got Ogre Kingdoms. We got Kislev here. Did Kislev lose a game? No, they just haven't reported their score. So Kislev is undefeated. Ogres are undefeated. Outer Region's 2-1. So he's got a strong opponent score too, probably. The true Brettonian playing tonight. And if he's playing Brettonia, for sure a force to be reckoned with. Ghoul, I don't know what Ghoul is playing. Once I get the top 4, though, we'll get it. We'll see what's going down. Yeah, a lot of you guys talking about Baldur's Gate. Is there any reason? So it comes out officially on Thursday, right? But if I were to buy Baldur's Gate now, I would be able to play the first act tomorrow, right? To like learn the game. Yeah, let me know. I might be down to kind of pick that bad boy up tomorrow and just learn some of the basics and whatnot. Does the early build have like all the different classes in it? Anyways, for the high elves, Narnia lines didn't do bad. Some of them got like 1200 value. Yeah, a couple of them. Most of them limited to about 5. Bolter was MLG, 1900 on that. Narnia line seemed pretty good too. I wonder how Phoenix Guard would be. Seems like they could be pretty good. All right. So now what we're going to do, I don't know if we have enough time to do another battle. I don't want to keep the players waiting like I did last round, so we're probably going to hang tight. Maybe we'll play some more at the end of the stream or something, but... Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you can. The time for the early access was long. Yeah, I know. I remember when the first hype came. Yeah, for Baldur's Gate. But this is like the full game, right? Honestly, you get it. Yeah, I'll take a look after the stream and see. I'll take a peek. Refreshing here. Let's see how we're looking on the old brackets. Coming along. By the way, what do you guys prefer in terms of tournament formats? I'll put up a quick poll. I wanted to see if you guys prefer preference Swiss 4 rounds or elimination. Yeah. So, one sec. I'm so bad at this shit, dude. All right, here we go. So elimination is basically like when a player loses, they're out for the rest of the event. It's like standard brackets. And Swiss is like what we normally do these days. I just wanted to see what you guys prefer. They're both good formats in their own right. Elimination, certainly, I guess the round, it seems the games are a little bit quicker. You can get more games like casted faster. But yeah, I just wanted to get a quick like glimpse at what you guys tend to prefer. As a player, Swiss is way nicer. I agree. It feels pretty bad to sign up for a tournament and just lose in the first round. And that was like, you kind of planned your afternoon around it or your night, and then you're just like out. This is the hardest multiplayer game I've ever touched. Oh, you're saying Total War is? Really? All right, I got a bit of an idea. It seems like most of you guys prefer Swiss. Eliminator just makes me sad because I got a Terminator first round and then I can't really get any games in. Yeah. I think the Swiss format's, I prefer it myself. But, yeah. No, I just wanted to see what folks thought. Swiss gives more battles. Yeah, certainly more games. All right, so True Brettonian and Panda are playing. And a couple more. All right, only 3 more matches, which should be concluding here in the next minute. Early backers could get the full game early, I think, at this point, I think. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll pick it up and check it out tonight. The vote was over before you could make up your mind. Yeah, it was just a little snap vote. It was a little snap vote. How's life been treating you guys? Hope you're all doing well. I was thinking about firing up a campaign. Doing a little Total War campaign. It's been a long time. I was having some fun playing a Dark Elf campaign recently with old Malekith. Dark Elves seem pretty straightforward in campaign. I feel like you can get shades really quickly and then just get the Black Guard and just kind of have like shades with Black Guard. Seems like a pretty nasty stack for sure. Yeah, nothing beats a good old Empire campaign though. Just big old Frans saving the realm. Allied Lake's kind of like elimination if I'm not having a good game night. It's well, here's the thing, Allied. If you have a couple bad games, you can drop from the tournament. You just let me know and we drop you, and there's no problem whatsoever. Like, don't stress it whatsoever. Yeah, it's not a problem at all. Yeah, you can always drop from the events, even Swiss events. It's not like you're committed to the whole thing. Okay, let's see here. I just landed my first job out of college at Google. Oh, at Google, right on. Congrats, dude. Congrats. I would imagine that's a pretty good job to get out of college. My first job out of college was horrible. Oh, God, it was bad. Yeah, it was rough. The pay that they oh, it was brutal. Rakarth is really fun in campaign. Yeah, the Monster Mash. Yep, 100%. 100%. That looks fun. It sounds like a lot of you guys have been following the Baldur's Gate stuff pretty closely. I would imagine it's going to be pretty poppin'. Nice, man. I'm at Google too. If you're ever in Seattle, we got a lot of Google employees hanging out here. All right. Cathay, I don't know if anybody signed up as Grand Cathay, to be honest. I don't think anybody did. The signups for tonight, I can just read them off to you real quick. Let's see. So we had, okay, scrolling up. So Hadries was going to play Beastmen, but then I would imagine something came up. We did have a Cathay player who didn't sign in. We had a Tomb Kings player who didn't show up. We have Dwarves, we have Empire, we have High Elves, Dark Elves, Nurgle, Brettonia, Skaven, Lizardmen, Slaanesh, Lizards. Is he playing tier? Let's see. What is this like weird display shit? Yeah. Looks like Brettonia, Ogre Kingdoms, Kislev, Wood Elves. Yeah, those are the factions that are being played tonight. Sure, what is correct record? Somebody in the Discord says they made a mistake. Reporting their scores. Let me see if I can fix that for them real quick. He put Panda as the victor. All right, so we just have to do one admin thing before we get to the next round here. Should be able to fix it. Oh, so you ended up playing? Okay, maybe it was you. Yeah, I thought the, let's see, Commissar. Oh, there you are. Okay, there you are. So somebody said they reported the score wrong. I'm just waiting on that. He's typing. And we'll see what we got. Trying the Horse Magistrate in a Dom game and it's pure suffering? Yeah. Brett versus the Elf. Okay, so just need to change this real quick. So let's go to you and fix this up. So it's this series here. And then we need to go to signups. Do this. And then he was playing against this. All right. So just give me a second, guys. We'll be advancing. We had a player report the score wrong, so I got to go to the back end of the website and change that up real quick. Starfield's like that MMO one, isn't it? Isn't that the one that's been in like development hell for like 20 years? Well, more like 10 years. Is it actually good, or is that a different game I'm thinking of? I don't know. I don't know why I am. Should the Demons of Chaos get the Mono God Legendary Lords? No, because they're not demons. You know, it's supposed to be like the true dreaded Demons of Chaos, right? All right, so that is going to be like this. Let's see if that automatically fixes it. Yeah. Allied, I'll drop you. It's fine. No worries. No worries. So I'll drop you right now then, Allied. Just let me handle this real quick. And refresh that and see if that fixes it. No, that's Star Citizen. You're thinking of Star Citizen. Oh, okay. That's a different game. Okay. It's too much of a boomer. All right. So that looks like I need to do this now, and then that's fixed. And that's going to be 3 for you. And that's going to be 2 for you. All right, so that should fix that, and then we should be good. Space Whale Stars. Yeah. Sorry to turn everybody, but I still think Shogun 2. Shogun 2 is amazing, dude. Honestly, Evan, Shogun 2 is probably one of my favorite Total Wars of all time. I used to sit in my college dorm room and play Shogun 2 multiplayer for hours. Like, the Avatar Conquest system was really fun. It's crazy. It feels like another life. That was so long ago. All right, so let me refresh this, see if that fixed it. And, oh, you mean the greater demon lords, like Inkari and stuff. Okay, I thought you meant like the mortals. Okay. So we got Brettonia, Ogre Kingdoms, Kislev, and, yeah, and then I think that's pretty much it. So let's update the brackets. We're going to drop you. So we need to drop Allied, which is, where is he playing under here? Alrighty. And that will go to the next round. Okay, so let me do this. Need to make sure that doesn't screw up the points. Going to the brackets. So the drop is in effect. So Ghoul. So he should have 1, so 2. Now he's got 3, so I just need to fix that. And we're good to go. Sorry for the delay, guys. Hey, Drews, you just missed check-ins. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen your dreaded Beastmen play tonight, dude. Yeah, Beastmen are an interesting one. I feel like they have some potential. It's weird. I tend to struggle with their playstyle. It's a little bit too frenetic for me. I kind of like to anchor down with some troops and hold, and then counterpunch a little bit. I'm not too good of an. I guess I play Warriors of Chaos too, so they tend to be a little bit aggressive. Okay, come on, give it to me, dude. Okay, so 2. And let's reload that. What classes are you guys all going to play in Baldur's Gate? Let me know in chat. Let's see. They have a Necromancer, right? That's like the only class I really want to play. I was just playing a Haggard Skeleton Summoner, something is just that's the power fantasy. All right. You're trying out the Ranger right now. That's cool. All right, so I think we should be good. Looks like everything is solid, and we can advance to the next round. We got the drop in, and now let's advance here to the next round. All right. Sorry about the delay, guys. And now I think we are good. So the next round is live. 1 bye round to poor Blood Moon here. And all set. Next round is live. Cool. So now we got some cool games to cast. So that is Kislev versus, what is True Brettonian playing tonight? Let me see. He's probably playing Brettonia, I would imagine. Yeah, he's playing Brettonia. Yeah, it's probably going to be like a Brettonia mirror match in the grand finals. Subutai versus Outer Region is Ogres versus Brettonia. So they certainly deserve each other. Let's do like a middle round game here. So I am going to message him for the spec slot this game. We could do an Empire game right now. Let's do a little bit of Sigmar action. See if they can claw their way in. Thanks for hanging around, guys. I know there's a lot of downtime in Total War. It's just the nature of the beast. It's just the nature of the beast. So we're going to do Panda versus our Empire player. I believe they're both 2 wins with good scores, so they're both actually contenders in the semis here. It's not this one. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. Let's go check. Let's go scouting, guys. Okay, so that's not them. Not the right player. Thank the dark gods the game didn't crash. And I'll message Panda too. Hold on. Code, please. All right. So hopefully one of those bad boys will send me the code. I can keep scouting in the meantime. I don't know whose lobby is who. Could be this one. Keep guessing. True Brettonia's. He's playing Dark Elves, is he? I could have sworn I saw him sign up as Brettonia tonight, but I mean, I would love to see some Dark Elf play. It'd be fun. Dark Elves feel like they have some decent tools against some of the meta factions. Against like Ogres and Brettonia. What Empire deal? Dude, anything Empire DLC is just going to be very, very fun. I'm hyped for that. Sure. All right, lobby name. Okay, so looking for Panda's lobby here. So that's ghouls. Panda. All right, there he is. Cheers. Thanks for your patience, guys. It's been a long journey together. Ooh, Empire vs. Dark Elves. The map is going to be, in round 4, the map is Valley of Lies. This is a fun one. It's a Tzeentch map. You guys don't see it terribly often. Yeah, you don't see it terribly often. He's the guy with the Green Knight avatar. If so, he played my friend on Dark Elves. Okay, so maybe he's playing Dark Elves. Yeah. So we got Panda versus E-Banker. So it's going to be Empire vs. Dark Elves here in Valley of Lies. If you guys wanted a map where mortars were good, this is like the chosen map. It's very fun. All right, don't show again. All right, let's do that, and cool. Close all this down. Oh my God, the Empire player just insta-locks a build, dude. He was waiting in the shadows. He had something good to go. Thrones of Decay was confirmed. Yeah, Thrones of Decay, or I think it's the 2nd or 3rd DLC. Is the isn't it Dwarves, Empire, and Nurgle? That's the one I'm super erect for. Like, super erect, yeah. Like, seeing Dwarves get some new shit, oh, man. That's going to be fun. Yeah, I mean, this, like, honestly, all the DLCs are going to be great. I hope they give Khorne, like, a priest of Khorne that has, like, prayers. I think that'd be a really nice buff for Khorne. To give them a little bit of, like, kind of like what they gave Dwarves with rune magic. Give them something like that. That would be very, very solid. Hadri's does have a lot of forbidden knowledge. I see you guys in chat talking about that, dude. He's a wizard. He does have a grimoire of forbidden knowledge of pretty much any game he plays. Yeah. So Empire's ready. This matchup's interesting. Sunmaker could be good on this map, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm like rock hard on the Sunmaker. I've been using some weird builds against Dark Elves lately that are like handgunner focused, which is very strange, but it can work. Wesley, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being a member for a month, my friend. Prayers of axe throwing and face smashing. Yes, it's chaos for you. Hope Dowie get their Thunder Barge. That would like, as much as I would like a giant single entity blimp, it's like a hard unit to balance for multiplayer. So it would either be just like a piece of shit that nobody ever uses, or it would be like OP, you know? It's like, it's hard to balance things like that. It's like Imperial Knights in tabletop. It's hard to like make them fun to play against and also balanced and everything, you know? And guys, imagine if we got a Total War Warhammer 40k though. Oh, that'd be so cool. I really hope that the old world does well too, the tabletop game. Like if the old world just, if it keeps doing better and better, and like, yeah, I would love to see Games Workshop go like hard in the paint at like supporting it. I would really like to see that. Fidel, hey, thanks. He says thanks for hosting. Thank you, man. Thank you for hanging around and playing and just being part of the team here, man. If you like having minions turn, the ranger can go beast focus and have 2 animal comp summons at 3. Yeah, so there's got to be a necromancer though in the game, right? I like the haggard minions, you know. That was oh my god. So oh wow, look at that build from the Empire. Holy shit. Okay, so guys, we're gonna put a bounty. You're getting it live. If the Empire player wins with this build, I'm gonna give him a Hellblaster volley gun bounty. He's gonna get it. So I don't know if he's watching or listening, but if the Empire player wins with 4 Hellblaster volley guns, he's gonna get a bounty avatar. So I'm not gonna tell him right now. I don't want to make him, you know, nervous or anything, but we're just gonna make this a total tavern bounty right now. Win with 4 Hellblaster volley guns. That's good enough. That is good enough. So, yeah, we got 4 of those, which, I mean, they can do a shit ton of damage if they're able to just kind of sit on the little hill and shoot, like, for sure. But, man, Dark Elf, Dark Rider is going to be swarming all over that shit. That is a heavy-duty Empire build. Yeah, that's heavy-duty. And it kind of just stole the thunder, honestly. This map, though, I would say it's pretty good. You know, you can just park here, and we'll show you in just a second as soon as we load in. I'm not playing tonight. I'm not playing in tonight's tournament, so just casting. So you just like put them on these like this little like hill face here and just have them sit, and they can kind of cover the whole battlefield. Like, this is definitely a good map for this strategy. Yeah, so it's going to be 4 Hellblaster volley guns, Marcus Wolfheart, and Netcaster, which is very much a battlefield control build. You have double nets, so you're going to be able to lock down cavalry, shoot them, you know, all that sort of good stuff. So I love it. Now, looking at the forces of the Dark Elves, probably going to be more standard. We have the very meta Supreme Malekith of Fire. So basically, the Supreme Sorceress is similar in power to Malekith, and it costs 200 less. So yeah, most people just go for the Supreme Sorceress these days, which is a bit of a shame. Granted, there is a small argument for Malekith because Gaze of Malice is actually a really good ability for clearing out infantry and shutting things down. Although this is the more meta pick these days. Blackheart Corsairs with hand bows, and hand bows are a nice skirmisher. They can put some hurt on state troopers with their ranged, like flagellants and basic spearmen and stuff, and also aren't bad at fighting. And we got Shades in the back, no Witch Elves, Blackheart Corsairs, and yeah, mainly just a combination of mid-tier Dark Elf infantry with a Burning Headcaster looking to cause some havoc. So yeah, shit's gonna get real crazy real quick. And man, as someone who breathes the Empire in multiplayer, this is not going to be a super easy hold. I mean, although this Hellblaster volley gun build on a map like this, it's very flat and open, it could be really devastating. I honestly don't really know what to happen. This is going to be wild. Yeah, Thrones of Decay is literally my 3 favorite factions. Yes, it's true. Dwarves are one of my favorites in lore, but in the game I've kind of not enjoyed playing them as much. I still enjoy playing them, but they're not like someone I play nonstop. I like using cavalry and having a little bit of mobility as well, so and monsters and all that. So yeah, Hellblaster volley guns shooting at the Supreme Sorcerers, but that's a bit of a mistake. I mean, I think the volley guns need to be killing the Corsairs, because the problem is the State Trooper front line is going to fold like a piece of paper, and if they fold up, then the rest of the Empire army is going to get concaved in on. And now you're seeing it. Look at the damage the Blackheart Corsairs take. I mean, they're getting absolutely smashed. The Empire players should pull back a little bit, not engage, and just kind of play. Okay, we see some cavalry coming in. It's going to be some Empire Knights. But yeah, killing all the Corsair infantry is really, really a staple. And then you just call out silver bullets or something, or net down the Supreme Sorcerers when it gets a little bit closer. Man, big damage coming in, guys. So check this out. 1 Corsair dead. These Witch Elves basically dead. These Corsairs are in the trash can. On the side, the Dark Riders get caught in a net. So it looks like Marcus Wolfhart did pop a net, and there's going to be some Empire Knights coming in there to intercept him. But now Marcus is getting hunted, and it looks like there's going to be another net on old Marcus here. Burning Head coming down from the Dark Elf player. Very, very nice target. Swordsmen aren't great value, but it creates an opening. So then if they break, the Dark Elves can run through there. But look at this, guys. The Supreme Sorceress getting absolutely last samurai right here, getting mowed down by the quad Hellblaster volley gun Daka. Oh man, that's some damage. And Dark Elves desperately trying to get through. So we see Panda moving in here. Panda going to be heading in, going after the Hellblaster volley guns. And man, look at the damage on the Supreme Sorceress. It is getting pounded into the Shadow Realm. Okay, guys, this build might actually work. And yeah, we see the Supreme Sorceress getting melted. In the backfield, a couple Empire or a couple Dark Riders have gotten through. I would imagine going to be trying to get here, but Empire Knights are there to screen and screen if E-Banker is paying attention here. So we see the Dark Elf Lord flying, Hellblaster volley gun shooting, and down goes the Dragon. So the Dragon has paid the price. And yeah, that's looking pretty bleak for the Dark Elves. I mean, a lot of their armies folded up. Finally, the Dark Riders do find a way to get into the backfield. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to be probably too much to come back from. It's a 5,000 value lead at this point. The Dark Elves have kind of closed the gap a little bit, with not value-wise, but in terms of getting units in. But the Empire players doing a good job calling in heavy cavalry to intercept the Dark Riders and really, really punishing these guys pretty bad. And the guns are still in line too. They're still shooting. A couple Witch Elves going to be making their way for the backfield, but E-Banker doing an excellent job intercepting here. And these Witch Elves will probably get folded up by these Empire Knights. Empire Knights, of course, have the good armor. Another Dark Rider unit coming in. Spearmen are nearby, and Empire Knights as well. But one thing that the Empire is obviously has to respect is the fact that their objective capturing power isn't going to be the best, so they are, falling behind on a triple cap. So that is something they need to kind of take into account here. Marcus Wolfhart continuing to put a little bit of Daka down. Dark Riders pushed back. As far as the Hellblaster volley guns go, we do see 1 online here, 2, 3, and 4. So all 4 of the Hellblaster volley guns are still online. And this makes me think of Shogun. You guys remember in Shogun when they did the Fall of the Samurai and they had the Gatling guns and stuff? That was actually when I lost interest in the game. I was like, I remember I didn't have the Fall of the Samurai and I went to play multiplayer and my samurais just got mowed down. I was like, oh, this is a little too accurate here. But nonetheless, we do get the Empire Knights intercepting the Dark Riders. Really, really good Empire control. Clearly, this man plays a lot of Empire artillery play, doing a good job keeping the backfield alive. Dark Elves getting a little bit close with some of the Blackheart Corsairs here. But ultimately, I don't think there's enough of them, and they're probably going to be dragged down by State Troopers. Marcus Wolfhart's also nearby, and he's putting some nice Daka into those guys and shooting them in the back, so they're probably going to be folding. Now, at this point, Panda is probably just going to go for an objective play, I would imagine, and just try and hold down on the objectives out of desperation, and maybe, just maybe, there could be some magic to be worked if the Empire player were to make some catastrophic mistakes. We get Sterling's Revenge on their way out, and yeah, they're going to obviously beat these Dark Riders in combat and push up. The side objective taken by the Sons of Sigmar, though, which really slows the bleeding, and I think that's probably going to be enough to probably win him the game. Hellblaster volley gun shots doing nasty damage into the Dark Riders here. They're just going to get mowed down. And yeah, 1, 2, 3 Hellblasters are online. The fourth one did get shut down finally by the Dark Elves, but at a great cost. So a little bit of lag here. Hopefully that will subside in a second. The dreaded Creative Assembly, no server multiplayer. You gotta love it. And once again, Blackheart Corsairs trying to put a little bit of DACA down. But yeah, 3 Hellblaster volley guns are still very functional with like over half ammo. That's going to be rough. I mean, it's going to come to the point where the Dark Elves are almost tabled. They just won't have much left at all. Those Hellblasters do a ton of damage at short range. And this is honestly a map that seems very good for the Hellblasters. They can kind of move up and just park on the hill and easily cover a couple objectives while being very easy to defend. So yeah, pretty cool. Like knowing the build, or knowing what he wanted to do and kind of using the right map for it, I thought that was pretty cool. The Franz minigun build, yes. So Empire Knights running down these Dark Elf troopers. Empire Knights coming up here trying to salvage the objective. Dark Elves looks like they might flip this one. I mean, they are eclipsing 500, but guys, this is like almost a 6,000 value lead. That is pretty substantial. And the Hellblaster volley guns are definitely going to be putting some big hurt downtown. At this point, like I don't see too many ways that the Dark Elves would be able to win this one. Yeah, like the Empire player would have to just go semi-AFK and just, you know, stop playing well, basically. I don't think that's going to be happening. I've actually had similar builds on maps like this with Skaven. Like, I remember coming into this map with Skaven and just having like 3 or 4 Plague Claw catapults back here and just having them bombard the midfield and playing those objectives. It can work pretty well. So yeah, this is an old Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai build, guys. Yeah, it sure is. Blackheart Corsairs getting pounded. Grenade launchers coming in for the cleanup. It looks like a Manticore calling. Brutal grenade launcher salvo. Do you guys see that damage? That was fat. Those Blackheart Corsairs getting folded like a piece of paper as these Empire Knights going to be charging into the Unbraced Dread Spears. And we'll do okay. Empire Knights have pretty terrible offensive stats, but they are very tanky and certainly can cause some good disruption. Ultimately, they're kind of best served as roadblocks here. So this objective still in the hands of Sigmar as the Sterling's Revenge are going to be making their way over. So they're going to head over to objective number 3 and grab that point. Empire Knights clearing off the Druki forces. And on the side, we do see some evil Dark Elf cavalry on their way in. And it's going to be Dark Riders with Shields, which, yeah, just going to pretty much lose the most of the Empire troops that are nearby here. And the Empire is making its way towards all 3 objectives. We see State Troopers moving here, Empire Spearmen and Empire Knights. And really, just the Dark Elves don't have enough units to fight off the Empire advance at this point. 6,000 value, still kind of staying as the status quo. And let's just kind of sit back here and watch the Hellblaster volley guns fire for a second. I think that's what we're all here for. I actually don't own one of these. My Empire tabletop army has, I have cannons, but I do not have a Hellblaster volley gun. Maybe I got to pick some of those up. So they're just going to keep shooting and doing fat DPS into pretty much everything. Dark Riders coming in. Oh, you guys ready for some Last Samurai shit right here? So yeah, look at them getting absolutely mowed down by Gatling guns. Warhammer Fantasy Gatling guns. Oh, in the net, right as they get close. Oh, it's going to be so painful right there. And they're just going to keep shooting them right in the face. Check this out. Ready for round 2? Oh, yeah, dude. Just get it. So a couple Spearmen are on their way. The net has worn off. The Dark Elf player hasn't realized the net is gone yet. Going to be realizing it now, but not before they're going to get intercepted by some Empire Knights and probably routed. So middle objective still owned by the Dark Elves. And, you know, I got to give some props to Panda. You know, Panda has been behind pretty hard, but still has managed to hold on to these objectives, which is certainly impressive. But that's one of the things. The Empire spent so much on, you know, heavy firepower that they don't really have, like, good aggressive cap weight in this build. So, yeah, they're paying the troll toll a little bit, so. And Sterling's Revenge are nice here, too. They have good armor piercing with their pistols. They're going to be able to shoot down these Corsairs and probably finish them off in melee if they need to. And looks like the Empire Knight's going to be retreating here. And again, apologies for the lag. Hopefully it won't be something that's continuing. It is not on my end as far as I can tell. I've not dropped any frames tonight. Swordsmen moving up, Spearmen moving up as well. Dark Elves sending in more Dark Riders, just desperation stuff. If the Empire just starts sending out mass state troopers, there's pretty much nothing the Dark Elves could do to stop that. Here you see those guys getting folded, a little bit more back pressure coming in here. So we do see the cavalry on their way out. Dark Riders, the shields, trying to find a way in, just desperation. I mean, hey, and you can't blame them, right? Like, there's another net going down. Oh my god, brutal. And they just get mowed down by a triple Gatling gun, as well as the Sterling's Revenge. Just absolutely a thing of beauty right there. Middle objective going to be flipping to the Sons of Sigmar. And yeah, we see Blackguard being called out, but they're certainly not the answer. Blackguard will get mowed down by those Hellblasters pretty easily, and also by grenade launchers. And now what do we got? Demigryph Knights coming out? Ooh, love Demis. Demis one of my favorite units in all of Warhammer. And yeah, they're rad. They're going to be able to fight off these this Manticore easy. If the Manticore decides to land here, the Royal Eltorf Gryphites will show them why they are indeed Royal and Gryphites. Backside, we got more Dark Riders. They'll get smashed by these Empire Knights. Dark Riders have very pitiful armor-piercing stats. Although with the Murderous Prowess active, it's not the worst. It does give them a little bit of AP damage. No, that's actually only with their missile damage, yeah, so not going to help too much here. Manticore going to get taken down by the Griffites, and now we see the big swordsman, or the big blackguard here. This is going to be what I like to call in Warhammer Tabletop a good old, it's basically just someone being tabled, right? So the Dark Elves are going to get to the point where they literally have nothing left. It is going to be a complete tabling. Hellblaster Volley Gun is just about in range of these guys, but the grenade launcher should be able to get the job done. Like, the Empire player doesn't want to send in these swordsmen here. You just kind of pull them back and let the old grenade launchers get in there and pound these Blackguard right there. So they're going to get the DACA down, and yeah, there it goes. Blackguard here going to be putting some hurt on those bad boys. More State Troopers coming out in droves. And on the far side, we do see some repeater crossbows coming out to push off the Empire Cavalry, which is certainly not a bad call. But Marcus, the Netcaster, and Sterling's Revenge will counter them pretty easily. Sterling's Revenge can just move up with their pistols and pretty much take them out. And the Gatling guns are shooting across at the Dark Riders while we get a call-in of Royal Turf Griffites. No, they just chased off the other cavalry there. Another net going down. Gotta love it. And we do have a net going down in the Dark Riders right here. And, oh, man, they get netted right before they reach the Hellblaster. Oh my god, the point blank shots, it's like collateral damage. It's not even shooting at these guys, but it is going through. And you can see he runs away with the Hellblaster crew to make sure they don't get caught. Side objective, it looks like Empire's going to take this one. Couple Dark Riders coming out to intercept. And yeah, we got State Troopers and Swordsmen on their way up, ladies and gentlemen, and that's got to be GG. I mean, the Dark Elf players got to know this one's over. You know, it's it was truly a Sigmarite one. So he's going to get the honorable Hellblaster avatar. We'll get it for him, so. Yeah, the guns last a long time, but they just have short range, you know. But on a map like this and against a faction... I mean, if there had been some Dark Elf bolt throwers, maybe like 2, I don't know. Tricky stuff. But overall, yeah, that was brutal. That was real brutal. And it doesn't work on every map, but on this map it did. 1900s, 15, beautiful stuff, dude. I loved every second of that. 1500 here, the nets were great utility, obviously, and good Empire Cab Micro. Really good backfield defensive play, and yeah, overall... one of my favorite games I've seen in a while. So shout out to eBanker and to Panda. You know, Panda, you know, everyone's got to have a dancing partner. And this build might have worked okay against a regular Empire build, but man, against that skewed build, it sure as hell did not. GG, well played. And once again, Hellblaster Volley 16, 19, 15, and 15. That's pretty sweet. So let's go to the website and take a look and see how we're looking tonight. And let's check it out and go look it up. You guys like the thumbnail for tonight? It's Marathi and Carl Franz at a drive-in movie theater watching some State Troopers. It's great. All right, so really, no, that was one of the first. That's the first game we finished. Are you serious? Damn, that was like not a short game. So currently, looking at the score, so we got True Brettonian in first. Well, they're playing right now, so it's kind of a moot point to see. They'll be done in a second. This I like. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, man. That was amazing, dude. That was a great game. That was really, really fun. Matthew, thanks again for the donation, man. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so let me refresh the brackets. See, that should be a game. I guess he did insta-lock his build. So most people are going to take longer in the building phase, and that one was pretty damn quick. So I can see that. Yeah, so we still have a while. All right, so we probably have enough time for a land battle duel. Anything else would probably take too long. If we do another Dom game, it could run past, but land battles are literally like half as long, so. What maps do we got? Yes, the dreaded Siege Battle of Doom. Anybody who wants to join, feel free. We'll do the classic River Amixon. It's a good old faithful. Although we could do a little bit of a, let's see, what do we want to do? Does Oakenhammer still exist? Oh, Oakenhammer's gone? Well, that was a great map. Is Galbrass? All right. Some of the OGs. Turin and Baldur's Gate 3, the wizard has a necromancer subclass. That should be our jam. Lets you summon more numerous and powerful undead minions, as well as regaining HP from enemies. Great. Right up my alley, dude. Yeah, Hellblaster Bounty. It's done. Anybody who wants to come, have a little battle on Galbrass. I think we'll play some Vampire Coast here. We could play Chaos Dwarfs too. Chaos Dwarfs and land battle seem fun. That was really fun though. Holy shit. Fran's giving his educational piece to... yeah. Yeah. Is there any lore to why Dark Elves don't use gunpowder? I mean, they come from Ulthuan, and I would guess that High Elves probably think that their technology and battle tactics are superior to like the mortal races. And also they probably don't want to use something that dwarves are using as well. So I would guess that would be why. Like they seem like they would like raise their noses at you know, newer technologies. Hence the reason why they're a failing civilization, right? How do 4v4 land battles turn out? Oh, laggy. Really laggy, unfortunately. So we don't have dedicated servers in this game. Oh, it's Outer Region again. Hey man, I'm happy to play you. We get good games. What do you feel like playing, Outer? What do you want to jam? What do you feel like throwing down with here? I don't know. I could do... Who could I play? I could play some Demons of Chaos. Demons of Chaos are pretty fun. I'm thinking of going Chaos Dwarves, though. I'm not going to use any trains, so they're broken. So, Region, I'm going to play Chaos Dwarves, but I'm not going to do any of the trains, so feel free to pick whatever you want. Oh, Grand Cathay, I think, actually has some teeth in this matchup. I legit think they do. This should be quite a bit of fun. Pedro says, felt terrible having insomnia tonight, but love catching a live tourney. Hey, sorry to hear you're having trouble sleeping, man, and hopefully we can provide you some entertainment that'll help you get some rest. Grand Cathay is actually top tier in land battle, like top tier straight up. Don't forget to report your game. That game, GG, well played. All right, so let's get this going. In land battle, Grand Cathay is top tier. Yeah, they're very good in land battle. Okay, so let's do this. And then from here, we get a couple of you guys, a couple of these. I think this is the way to go about it, in my opinion. For the lore choice here, there's some interesting ones. I actually don't hate... I mean, Foghorn Leghorn's pretty respectable, I think. Good morning from the UK. What's up? Hey, yeah, we're having fun. You're here in time. We got some games to come up. So we have the... after this, we have the top 4. So I'm just playing a game for fun right now. I'm not playing in tonight's tournament. So yeah, we're gonna have a good old jolly time here, and then you know, let's get a couple of you guys mixed in. I think that's gonna be good. As far as characters go, what do we want to get? I would love to use like Draz Hoeth or something, but he just feels like janky. Sorcerer Prophets are always really good too. Just kind of OP, to be honest. They're like the glue that puts this faction on its back, basically. They're just like, help us, them too weak. Yeah, Grand Cathay cannons are just going to annihilate a lot of my artillery, so that's going to suck pretty bad. Looks like he's mostly ready. I do have some Haggard schemes on Galbaraz as a map. There is some stuff I could do here, which would be really funny, actually. Maybe we try that. So we try a little bit of that. And then I think we need to throw you down. Okay. Oh, just like barely not enough money. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. All right, we can cut that out. And all right. Yeah, Grombertle's good. He's way better than Ungrim, sadly. Yeah, he's definitely a lot better. All right, so this build's interesting. I don't know how it's going to work here. I guess a lot of it depends on the nuances of the map. We probably want to get some hobo goblins to ride around, I would guess. Get a couple of those guys chilling and causing pressure where they can. Yes, yes, looking good. All right, so this build's a bit of a meme build, but I think it could work. If this is the map that I remember, it could be very good. But, you know, we're going to find out here. We're going to find out. I'm glad you feel that way. Yeah, it's Nurgle. Nurgle playing poker with the old Chaos Demons. Yeah, Cathay and land battle usually just sits in a box, is what they do Outer Region. I mean, land battles often are, you know, those kind of builds, right? Hopefully you guys enjoy the land battle mix-up tonight. It's kind of fun. We're getting a little bit of both. Plus, this round is still going to be a while. It's better than just sitting here, right? And just kind of rambling. All right, let me check here, see how we're looking. And, all right, so still a fair amount of games to go. No, Kadai are pretty terrible against Cathay. Iron Hill Gunners and Crossbows just kill them. Oh, shit, they reworked this map. Oh, this is not going to work. It's not going to work. Oh, man, I'm toast, guys. So here's the build. It's a Dreadquake mortar, maybe. But they reworked this map. It's a different. This used to be different. Wow. Okay, I'm in danger. Unless he didn't bring any, you know, artillery, and then I'm okay, I guess. Okay, so let's get you guys over here, and you guys can park over here. And now we want to go wide with the orc laborers. Mighty Morphin Chorfin time. Alright, I might just be dead. Unfortunately. Because the fact that there used to be a huge like hill here where I'd be able to hide, but there's not anymore. Oh boy, okay. Let's get you in these trees here, get you in these trees here. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. I'm gonna get the business here pretty hard, I think. Alright. Hey, he didn't bring any big artillery. Alright, that's a win for us. So let's move up. The fact that he didn't bring artillery gives us like a fighting hope. Alright, so let's bring you guys in, bring you guys in. Oh yeah, nuking peasant mobs all day, baby. Let's go. So we got Searing Doom. I do have a couple Iron Hills, which could do some nice work. So let's get you and you. Get this guy coming over here. Oh, I don't know if I have enough shooting to deal with this. It's got like the triple SE build, dude. Shit's gonna be crunk. All right, so let's go this way, and 4 and 5. And we need to get the shotguns shooting at these flyers, if possible. Got little gremlins coming in. Come on. Oh! Yes, dude, I love that. Even if I lose this, I'm just so happy with how this is going so far. All right, let's get you guys going up, get you guys around the back, and it's mighty Morphin Laborin time. Let's pull you guys back, get you guys around the side. The Dreadquake Mortar seems to be doing okay. The big terracottas are going to be a problem because I literally only have like a little bit of range. All right, so let's go after Miao Ying here. I'm going to shoot you, and this guy's going to reflect bullets at me, dude, so that's going to suck pretty bad. Let's do this and do this. Switch you on to the next unit, and like, do I even have any way of killing these guys? The Jolly Green Giant's going to be a problem. He's going to be 100% a problem. Okay, so we'll keep you guys going, and yeah, I honestly don't have too many ways of saving. These are Righteous Lances of Wei Jin. So up in the sky, that's going okay. Miao Ying's taking a little bit of a beating. Let's do this. I was not expecting double terracotta, but it's going to be pretty good. All right, let's move in, let's move in. Let's get you guys hunting, and yeah, I mean, we are killing some stuff, but overall, I'm going to lose this game. It's pretty much over. Yeah, I mean, like, I have a Dreadquake here, and I have my big boss character, but what's he going to be able to do, you know? It's going to be a tricksy one. Well, at least the Dreadquake is scooting and shooting. The big plays. All right, let's get you guys fighting here, and you guys can go loop into the back of these spears right there. Let's get these guys running away if possible. And yeah, the Chaos Dwarf Lord might be able to, you know, put this game on his back a little bit, but yeah, we're going to lose the Dreadquake Mortar here, so it's just like, it's just bad. All right, let's pull you guys around here. Let's get you guys down to party. Like, both of our guns are shut offline. Our Dreadquake's just like going to friendly... It's going to just absolutely destroy our shit. Oh man, I was not ready for his build. Holy shit. All right, let's get you back and have you start shooting at Miao Ying. You guys come down here. You guys come down here. I regret not bringing the Death Streaks. I was so close to bringing them too. I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. Okay, let's do this. A little bit of Plague Arrest action. He honestly doesn't have any like good quality infantry, so yeah, it's like, what do we do? You know, I guess we just route everything off that we can, right? You guys have done this. You guys have done this. The Dreadquake's offline. He's massively ahead on value, like massively. Righteous Lances getting a little bit of a hammering, but nothing too bad. Let's pull these warriors in. These guys pull back. Searing Doom doesn't seem like it's even worth doing, and we'll just keep feasting on his crappy infantry. It's the only scraps we can get, really. I should probably just leave this game so this game's over, dude. All right, I need Miao Ying to cast more spells. You guys jump in there, and yeah, let's get you guys going over there to party. All right. So we have the Chorf Lord versus the versus Miao Ying, and he's a pretty strong character for sure. I mean, we might be able to kill all their shit on the ground, you know, which is kind of hilarious. Pull this way, go after these guys, see if we can escape right here. I don't know what kind of damage this will do. Let's go ahead and try it. You guys do this. Come over here. Maybe it'll do some damage against those. Oh, that actually did some good damage against those Long Riders. Pretty impressed with that. All right, let's head over to the Sky Lantern. Just drag that thing down if possible. We got a couple mighty Morphin warriors. Come, Chorf warriors, march to your doom. The Jolly Green Giant will reflect my shots. Yeah, it will, 100%. All right, so let's go over here. Get you guys here and here. What we do is we toggle landing on the ground, so he's going to land. And then we can hunt down these guys when they follow me, if they do. Okay, he didn't. That's fine. So we're safe now. So I start shooting the pistol. There's no way in hell. This game is literally impossible to win. There's no way. I was like built for a gunline build. And that's the thing about land battle. It's very much, it can be build roulette for sure. Alright. So we move up. Yeah. GG, well played. There's no point. I mean, I could drag it out for 10 minutes, but he just wins. Alright. Alright, so let's check the old leaderboard, see how we're looking. The Dreadquake, it killed a couple Jade Warriors. I'm not upset at it. Alright. GG, well played, fun game. Yeah, that's I feel like that does happen with Cathay, like the SEs. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, let's go here, see what's going on. It looks like that's good. Do we have to do any admin work? I've been tagged in the Discord. So maybe there's something. Good. Nothing. And let's refresh that. Okay, so updating to the next round. Where are we at? Here we are. Advancing Swiss? No, advancing to the top 4 now. Okay. So let's go see what our top 4 looks like before we advance. Give you guys the tail of the tape, shall we? So currently, True Brettonian is our #1 player. Subutai, Stingers, and what is he playing? Dang, I'm not sure what he's playing. He's got 3 wins, and it looks like he's tied with the Empire player, but he must have a stronger leaderboard position, which is interesting. Who is this player? Outer Regions tiebreakers were not strong enough to get him qualified there, unfortunately, which means 1 less dreaded Brettonian. Ghoul had a decent tiebreaker. Yeah, so this is... What's his leaderboard position? I'm just making sure the website's working correctly first. Okay, so... Let's see here. I need to check the leaderboard, so... Because it's supposed to seed based on leaderboard if the scores are even, so I'm just trying to make sure. Refresh the page. Let me check here. So he was foggy or something. Okay, one sec, guys. Just gotta make sure it's all working before I advance it. Okay. Gotta refresh. And where are we? Here we are. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it's looking the same. I'm refreshing it right now. And let me just make sure the website, because it's supposed to be based on that. So Stupitai, Stingers, True Brettonian, and then he is here. So let's see what he's at. So his leaderboard position is 51. And his is 55. Okay, so it is working correctly. Got it. All right, perfect. Yeah, so we're all set. Let's advance to the top 4, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's see what factions we have rocking it. So going here and advancing to top 4. It is time. Let there be a reckoning. So going to the top 4 page. Hunt the players down. We will find them in the night. Are you guys... Man, I'm so excited for Stormgate too, guys. I was just looking at that earlier. Part of me is like, I love Total War tournaments, but I want to cast an RTS game where they don't have like a army building phase, where it just gets like right back into another game, you know? All right, so let's get this. So it's going to be Subutai, Stingers. Then we got the True Brettonian here. Let me copy and paste his name since there's no way I can type that on my keyboard. True Bretts. True Brett. And what's his name in Discord? Tracking him down. Oh, okay, there it is. I will cast. So what do we want to see? So we have Subutai versus, so going to the top 4. Okay, one sec here. Brackets. So that's Ogre Kingdoms. Let's see what tag he was playing. He is on Dark Elves. So that's probably going to be a pretty unfair... Ogres usually smash Dark Elves, so we'll probably cast True Brettonian. So it's going to be Kislev versus Brettonia round 2. We did get that earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and do Stinger's game, I think is what the game plan is going to be. All right. Casting your game. Let's get it. Let's go find him. And now we just got to wait for the lobby to open up here, and we should be good. All right. Thanks for joining tonight, guys. Hope you're all doing well. What part of the worlds do you all hail from? Ye old world, not worlds, world. Where's everyone from? We got some folks, I would imagine, up in EU starting to wake up now. Over in the East. Your heart has some loyalty to the true Brettonian. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. He's a lot of fun. And you think about the true Brettonian. He's you can forgive him for playing Brettonia. Because he played Brettonia back when they were you know, honorable and hard to play. But now you get all the bandwagon Brettonian players who didn't touch them when they struggled coming in and tarnishing their good name. You know, it's tricky stuff. Okay, where are you at? And I need to get the true Brettonian as well. There he is. And the map is going to be, let's load it up. It's domination mode. And the map for top 4 description. Rift at the World's Edge. A decent shooting map. It's got some potential for like little groms, but there is some foliage for the old Brettonians to hide in here. So, all right, what do we got? Kuwait, 9:30 in the morning. Damn, Canada, EU. You're at the let's see here. What other Netherlands, the country of rain and cows. Sounds like my wife would like living there. Yeah, the rain is certainly something we do not have here in California. UK, but I'm still very sleepy though. This is helping. Amazing that you can keep the. Yeah, we're going, man. We got you. Little tip for Baldur's Gate: the way wizards work, you can select from all spells. Your necromancy class just gives you bonus to. Yeah, understood. So you can still grab like fireball and stuff. You got it. Yeah, I'm excited. I did do a D&D 5th edition, or whatever the most recent edition campaign. I played one with Professor Pone, my wife Anna, and we played with Abba as well. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time with that. Granted, I'm not as into the role-playing element. I'm like, I think there's a term for it in D&D. Somebody who likes to just go like, and just fight nonstop, right? What's the term for it? I remember it being something funny. Anyways, players are doing their builds right now, so we're just going to chill for a minute. We are just going to chill. Yeah, you could, but live games I think are more fun, Meow, in general. I mean, I have done replay casted tournaments, but it's not as fun to me. Yeah, that's what it is, out of region. Yeah, that's what I am. Yeah. It's not. It doesn't have to be like violence, like evil violence for sure, but just like action. You know, I prefer the action. Finland and Denmark. Ooh, got some folks from Japan, California. You must be close to me. I'm in old Southern California, living it up with the 100-degree weather. I live like inland. I don't live on the coast. I live like close to the coast, but inland enough that it's like super hot. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Murder robot. Yeah, that's the name. You guys got it. I played a necromancer on my last D&D campaign. It was fun. It was I did enjoy that. I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like in actual like pen and paper D&D, I get the feeling that necromancers are really OP. Like I feel like if the DM doesn't put restrictions on you, you can kind of get out of control very, very quickly. Like, oh, what was the tome we were doing once? We were doing, was it the Tomb of Annihilation or the what's the other really famous Dungeons and Dragons like dungeon that's like known for being like super difficult and super hard? There's I don't think it's Tomb of Annihilation. There's like another one. Maybe some of you guys in chat will get this. That's all wizards? Okay, so it's not just necromancers then. Yeah. I live like in Ventura, like the Ventura, like Thousand Oaks kind of region. Yeah, so like Southern California. Yeah. Let's see. Never play it. Okay, I'm trying to see wizards be wizards. Any spellcaster can be broken. Yeah, that's what I suspect. It's always like the warriors are really powerful early, like and the paladins and shit. But like when you get to like late game, it's kind of hard to roll with be better than a wizard, right? Yeah, because someone's been taking more actions per turn. Exactly. Dungeons of the Mad Mage, Temple of Elemental Evil. No, it's not the Underdark. God. The Tomb of Horrors. Yeah, Commissar Planet with the steel chair. Yeah, it was the Tomb of Horrors, I think, was what it was. I remember doing that in college, but this was a long time ago. I think this was D&D 3.5. Like, I'm old. I'm a little crusty, guys. And I remember I was playing a druid. at that point. It was like I don't know if it was a druid, but it was, yeah, it must have been a druid. It was some sort of a class that it was some sort of a class that could summon like beasts and shit like pretty frequently. And I remember I was like frustrating the DM because like there would be like a trapped hallway, and instead of like having our rogue do it, I would just basically like our party would hide around the corner like out of sight, and I would just send the summoned beasts down the tunnels and spring the traps and just sack. So I would get like a summoned like bird and just fly it into a trapped hallway or something. It was like, yeah, it was some awful shit. Yeah. 3.5 was pretty wide open. That was an old one. It was a long time ago. I mean, this would have been 2010, 2011. Not as old as some of us. Yeah, I just turned 35. You know, I'm not really old, but we're getting there. Meanwhile, you're playing 2.0. Yeah. Who needs a rogue when you can just summon things down and set off the traps? Yeah. They work too. Like the spike traps and the different things got set off. Eventually the DM kind of changed it up so I couldn't do that and forced us to use our rogue, but it was yeah, the Tomb of Horrors is designed to make people mill whole parties. Like you have to invest months and dozens of characters. It wasn't, yeah, we didn't beat it. We definitely didn't beat it. We died in there. I just remember like we got through a couple hallways. Yeah, we definitely didn't make it. Yeah, because he gave us like higher level characters to do the Tomb of Horrors, and we didn't like that was like we just went straight to that with like higher level, more developed characters, which was fun. Any plans for more head-to-head campaigns? Oh, maybe. I don't really like head-to-head campaigns because of the lag, honestly. Yeah, so that's why you kind of saw me stop doing those. All right, guys, it's showtime, baby. Kislev versus Brettonia, round 2. True Brettonian's build seems a little bit more designed to deal with the armor of Kislev. He's got Pentafoot Squires, he's got polearms, and Alberic as well. Ooh, should be fun. Should be fun indeed. All right, guys, taking a look here at the hordes of Kislev. It's going to be armored Kossars, as we saw, going for the high melee defense variant, the anvil and the hammer being the heavy war sleds. So heavy war sleds, warbearer riders, pretty good against Kislev or against Brettonian cavalry if they have the support of a patriarch, giving them the power of Ursun, which is pretty rad. Ice Witch with Tempest, going to be dropping fat blizzards, and yeah, you guys saw this game 1. This is basically the jam. Little Grom here, going to be shooting downtown and just nuking basically Brettonian cavalry as they come in. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, in one of the recent, this will be the last thing I'll say before I focus on the commentary here. Somebody brings up Paladins being pretty good. Yeah, and the last D&D campaign I played in, which was the newest one, one of our party members was like a half-orc Paladin, and he was the Terminator for sure. He was like very effective. Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited to get into Baldur's Gate. I think it's going to be great fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Foot Squires into the sunset with the old Peasant Bowmen, and the back Peasant Bowmen are good for applying debuffs. Also, they can nullify healing a little bit, I think. Although, yeah, it depends if they have natural regeneration or not. But interesting. Maybe fire arrows have a little bit more armor piercing. I'm curious about the application of these guys. But no, pretty bad armor piercing. Fire arrows. Huh. I guess, yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. Foot Squires in the front, and up in the sky we have Alberic the Border Low, and he's going to be coming in, giving anti-large. Foot Squires get anti-large from him, which is pretty cool. And, of course, he's a good anti-large fighter himself. Healer with Earth Blood and Regrowth, and polearms in the back. Looks like it's just going to be a very Foot Squire-centric army, for sure. Kislev is very strong. They definitely seem very strong. They don't mess around. They do not mess around. All right, guys, the battle is on. And the Kislevites going to be advancing on objectives 1 and 2. So they're going to be kind of parking on these objectives. Very standard for gunline factions to just engage on like a center point like this, where they can just, you know, push out towards either objective and kind of fight there with their guns and cover a little bit of ground, right? Excuse me. We could see a little bit of mobile fighting over on objective 1. Maybe some like dervishes versus like some Knights of the Realm or, you know, cheap cavalry, different things like that. So should be quite a bit of fun. Yeah, we'll see, guys. We'll see. Little Grom, though, still has some targets. I mean, Foot Squires are, you know, they're pretty damn cost-effective, especially with the Grower Leaks. But you guys notice how the true Brettonian, with his Forbidden Tech, did not bring any Grower Leaks or anything to really protect the, or to buff up his infantry corps. Which is quite curious. I mean, they're not that expensive. Usually you see Grower Leaks because of how damn good they are. I mean, the melee attack buff, first little Grom shot. Yeah, shooting at Foot Squires is the right choice. Shooting at Alberic is going to be probably not super effective unless it's like mid-game and he's not paying as much attention. Typically, you'll notice, like, when you're playing against high-level players, if you try and snipe their big lord early with cannons and shit, they're just going to be juking back and forth, and most of your shots will be missing, right? But one of the things we did see in the previous game is Stingers was able to get his heavy war sleds and just go balls deep in the infantry, just kind of running through those guys and just causing massive, massive havoc. But this game, I don't think that's going to happen. Alberic is going to be sitting nearby, and he most likely will be able to kind of do as he pleases. And look at that. We talked about this earlier, how I think Blessed Field Trebuchets could be very viable in this matchup. And you can see they're already shooting at the Warbird Riders. We're going to have to keep tabs. Oh my god, look at those peasants! That makes sense. Those are like 100 gold units, so they should get wrecked by a chariot. And the other peasants going to get run down as well. Warbird Riders are being targeted by the big old trebuchets in the back. But honestly, these sleds are going pretty ham, and it seems that Alberic is having a little bit of trouble kind of keeping up with them, but he does finally land. Will he connect with an attack before he gets attacked by the Warbears? The Bears have been pretty lucky so far to not get tagged by that big artillery piece back there, the Blessed Field Trebuchet, but we'll see how long their luck will last. So Knights of the Realm being called in, no Grail Knights in this build, so he's kind of going old school Brettonia, not using the changed units for the most part. Granted, Alberic is still better, and the roster is just better than it was before, but very, very neat stuff. So fighting is going to begin on this point. Really, really good heavy war sled play. Stingers has been going pretty bananas with this. Heavy war sled's going to be coming across, going after ye old foot squares, I would imagine. We see the Ice Witch also maybe looking to set up a blizzard or something. I can kind of like see a blizzard target maybe right here. But we do see the Knights of the Realm, so I suppose it will depend on where those bad boys go. Nice catch here by the true Brettonian. He does find the heavy war sleds with a little bit of a lapse in micro right there from our Kislev player. Men-at-Arms with polearms are able to engage them, Alberic as well, but Warbear Riders are on their way across, and Warbear Riders will dominate against Knights of the Realm pretty heavily. And a second Warbear Rider coming out, looking to cause some havoc, as we do get a fat blizzard right there. Really beautiful cast there by our Kislev champion. The true Brettonian does get caught there. However, the true Brettonian does have Objective 3, taking some notes from Kark and not capturing Objective 1 with a single peasant mob, I do think is a pretty massive mistake. But, not necessarily going to be like game ending. Neither of them have capped it, but Brettonia should definitely have sent like a cheap spear unit over there or something. So look at that. You guys see the trebuchet right there? Blessed Field Trebuchet actually did a substantial amount of damage against the Warbear Riders, but Alberic better watch out. He has a little bit of support via the polearms here, but like they have 7 leadership right now. And if the Warbear Riders were to find a surround on him, that could be pretty devastating. But it looks like the true Brettonian had the good game instincts. He pulls back and gets his lord away, and is going to be using them once again to go after the heavy war sleds. Heavy war sleds should definitely move on to the archers. The archers are doing some okay damage. In the backfield, we got Winged Lancers battling Knights of the Realm. Not a great fight for Winged Lancers, but certainly better than just letting Cav run amok amongst your ranks. Objective number 3 is being held onto by the Kislevites, as the Warbear Riders are kind of getting hammered a little bit by the Trebuchet. That one Blessed Field Trebuchet has taken down quite a few of these Warbear models, and the Warbear Riders trying to hunt down the Knights of the Realm, but the dreaded Micro from the Korean champion here, the true Brettonian, he is able to retreat with those Knights of the Realm. And the battle rages on here, but one Warbear Rider is broken. The other one, I believe, has pulled back. We'll have to see. In the backfield, Little Grom being shut down by a single peasant mob. Talk about cost effective for sure, right? The peasant mobs, of course, here are going to be a problem for the Winged Lancers. So Winged Lancers riding them down. Farewell, sweet peasant mobs. But that was a great play by true Brettonian. Occupying a Little Grom and wasting some of his shots is certainly good. As far as value trading goes, true Brettonian looks pretty massively ahead, and you're seeing a big difference this game. One of the big differences is the Foot Squires, number 1, are a much better choice than the Battle Pilgrims, so they're going to uptrade into the Kislev Infantry. And number 2, it seems that the Warbear Riders have been pulled into more bad fights against Alberic, who's been way more effective than the Fey Enchantress was in the previous game. And on top of that, we do see the trebuchets knocking down Warbear Rider models. So I don't know if Kislev is going to be able to pull back from this one. They're losing on value, and Brettonia has access to healing. I mean, so too do the Kislevites, but it feels like it's tricky. Paladin is out here as well, and looking at the Patriarch is smashed by Alberic. The Duke of Borderlow raising his trident in victory as he ascends up to the skies. And if they keep playing this way, they're up on value, they're up on objectives, I can definitely see an Ogre Kingdoms versus Brettonia Grand Finals, which is obviously something, the 2 strongest factions in the game, but a lot of people, talk about how Brettonia and the Ogre Kingdoms win a lot of these single faction tournaments, and yes, that is true, but you also have to look at the skill level of the players playing them. A lot of people who play those factions are looking just straight up to win, and I think if you were to put them on lesser factions, they would still find a way to win with some of those factions as well, but they just want the best chances of winning, so they're going to be playing the best factions, right? Granted, I totally think there's Dwarves, Empire, there's a lot of factions that can go fisticuffs with some of the better factions for sure. The Knights of the Realm parked on here. Kislev holding a very, very solid staying power for sure. Could we see some sort of, a little bit of a dicey situation here for Alberic? Dervishes and Winged Lancers get a bit of a surround on him. It looks like a Blizzard attempt going down there. Oh, big swing and a miss from Stingers. He tried to nail those Knights of the Realm, but True Brettonia getting a beautiful cavalry charge right there, and he does get right into the back of those bad boys. And the side objective, oh, he's pulling a Kark. Oh no, he's going back to his point now. All right, so he's moving back here and should be able to get that with his men-at-arms, which if he had done that earlier with a single, 100 gold unit, he would have double the points of his opponent right now. So he definitely gave Kislev a bit of an in here, and I wonder if Streltsy or something people ever use. I guess just Armored Kossars coming out, Warbear Riders. I always feel like one Streltsy unit might not be like a bad idea, but even still. So Ice Witch of Tempest is going to be duking it out, but losing to these Knights of the Realm, which are just rampaging through these infantry pieces. Brettonia with fresh foot squires on the battlefield, and also a fully erect Lance Formation Knight Errant back here. It's going to be pretty bleak. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Kislev surrendering soon-ish, especially if True Brettonian is saving up for like a Grail Knight. Like a Grail Knight, when the armies are this tattered and disconjointed, would be very, very tough. So pistols out for Urson. They're going to be ripping some shots at these noble foot squires. Certainly wishing they were back home in Brettonia drinking wine on their lovely coast. But even still, the foot squires will do well when they get in there. Even the 42 of them. And the Armored Kossar is getting nailed. And really, this Blessed Field Trebuchet has been probably pretty damn crazy. Yeah, 700 value is really not bad. Cavalry still running amok. This objective looks like it's going to flip. That's going to be a triple cap. Value difference. Not a lot of healing on the field. Ice Witch is on the run. Another Warbear Rider comes in, which is certainly a good choice. But you could see the True Brettonian was able to mitigate a lot of the effectiveness of the Warbear Riders by taking advantage of the fact that his guys are much faster than the Warbear Riders. So he didn't really get caught in any bad fights and was always able to lure his opponent into the inferior fights here. So Warbears sandwiching into the Little Groms here, and Little Grom is for sure going to live, but yeah, I don't know. It's just he's just pinned off the objectives. This objective's flipping here. Like, this game, I think, is over. I think the True Brettonian's got this one in the bag. And yeah, it's cool to see, a master working at his craft, right? And now that Brettonia is probably the strongest faction of the game, if not, top 2, top 3. Yeah, he's going to be a true force of nature. And, I think True Brettonian's top 15, top 16 in the world right now. Not sure. I'll have to take a look at the old leaderboards, but I'm very excited for the season finals. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, I'm gonna be, as soon as I get some news as to the old DLC stuff, I'll be scheduling that, and we can go from there. Brettonia got a ton of buffs. I see somebody in chat asking. They got a ton of buffs in the previous patch. That just made them insane. So yeah. They got literally just blanket buffs across the board. And they were already a decent faction. They had a 58% win rate last season. And Creative Assembly just was like, buff Brettonia! But the buffs were more of they did it for campaign, to make them more engaging in campaign. And it just ended up adversely affecting multiplayer by making them way too strong. So, fight here. Knights Errant will lose to the Winged Lancers, but Kislev is just on the back foot, and the True Brettonian is just basking in points right now. I have no idea why he's staying in the game here. I know in the heat of the moment it can be tough to realize you've been defeated, but yeah, this is looking really, really tough. Peasant Bowmen from downtown, more Peasant Bowmen shooting here, and yeah, the Brettonian cavalry in their last stand. But Alberic is giving anti-large to his Knights Errant, which is insanely cost-effective against the Kislevite forces back here. It's literally a tabling. He's got Kislev's got a couple raggedy units over here. Nothing playing for objective 1, and yeah, just these really tattered cavalry, which are all shaken and stirred. They're certainly not in a good shape. So, for the lady indeed. And I would wager, based on the other side of the bracket, that we're probably going to be seeing a Brettonia vs. Ogre Kingdoms grand final, which will be fun. If it's going to be OP factions making it to the grand finals, it's always fun to see two of the old best factions in the game duking it out. So it's a bit of a fair match, right? I actually don't know what the stats look like on that. I'm gonna have to take a look. Yeah, I'm really excited for the DLC though. I'm excited to reset the leaderboard, and the resetting of the leaderboard is always very fun. It's you get to see new champions arise, newer players feel like they have a chance at the top. It's a really fun thing. In every game you play, the resetting of seasons, I always feel is essential for a healthy meta. All right, Foot Squires, great choice. Very, very good. 1,000 value on several of them. Alberic was a Chad, as usual, and no Grail Relics, just straight business. No Grail Knights either. This man just used Knights of the Realm and made it look easy for sure. And yeah, the Kislev army worked earlier, but it did not work this time. I'd be curious about the changes that Stingers might try and bring, but even still, it was a lot of fun. And ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed that. GG, well played. And now we're going to go see if we're ready for the grand finals. But Turin, people on Steam forum said that Brettonia is finally playable now because of the buffs. Brettonia was always playable. Yeah, they're always playable. I mean, they're more fun now because they're stronger. I mean, yeah, Brettonia was great in multiplayer before. They were harder to play though. It wasn't like quite as easy. All right, so Turin finals. Okay, let's go look at what this looks like. Get ready for the grand finals, and do it. All right, so add a player slot. There we go. Let's get the true Brettonian in here and see who won on the other side. All right. Subutai still in his game? Damn. Brettonia is favored against ogres? Yeah. I'm not surprised to hear that. I mean, Knights of the Realm are super good. All right, let's do it. All right, so Subutai has been invited in. There he goes. And the map is going to be Domination, of course. Grand Finals map. I can't remember what I said. Let's go to the old description here. And Borderlow Landing. Okay, it's a solid map. One of my favorites, actually. One of my all-time favorite Domination maps is Borderlow Landing. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream, as much as I hate asking for it, it's drop a like on the stream. It does help out quite a bit, you know. Got to do it. It's my old business here. So True Brettonian is here, and he's going to be doing battle with Subutai on the Ogre Kingdom. So Subutai has gotten the invite, and yeah, I don't think I put a password on this lobby as well. Yeah, I'm excited for Baldur's Gate. I'm actually, you guys have inspired me to download it tonight and then give it a try tomorrow, so I can kind of know what I'm doing at least when we first have the stream. Yeah, let me go look on Steam real quick and see. Go to the store. Man, I just have such vivid memories of playing Shadows of Amn. It's such a good game. I always had really haggard parties, hated each other. I remember that because there was I liked some evil characters and then some good ones, and I remember my party was always at each other's throats. Okay, so yeah, it looks like you can still get this. Very cool. Online co-op, yeah, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. All right, guys. So True Brettonian is on the way. It's time. All right, Turin, I got another one for you. Nurgle versus Dark Elves? I think that Nurgle can win that. Yeah, I think Nurgle does okay there. Steam is going to crash tomorrow, probably. Yeah, I'll probably wait to do my stream a little bit in the afternoon to make sure that things are working and whatnot. I remember losing to almost every Dowie box in Season 1 with Brettonia. Yeah, you know, it wasn't Dwarves have always been good against Brettonia, or decent. But to beat a Dwarven box, you can just spam trebs, too. You can bring, 3 trebuchets, Mass Foot Squires, Knights Errant, and yeah, Fey Enchanters. It's pretty nasty, actually. There's plenty you can do against Dwarves with Brettonia, especially now. I mean, Grower Leaks with Foot Squires, come on. The two filthy factions have met in the grand finals here. Yeah. Yeah. Subutai says the Chungus Americans here, the Ogre Kingdoms. I've definitely been to a couple Walmarts and or Targets that look like the Ogre Kingdoms. You would, you've seen some ogres running around those stores for sure. Not so much where I live in California. I live in the coastal area, but my grandfather used to live in inland California in the Central Valley, up near Merced and where was it? Not Bakersfield, but yeah. Well, he did live in Bakersfield for a while, but he used to live up by Merced and God, what was the name of that other city? Oh man, it's gonna haunt me now. Let's see. This is gonna piss me off if I can't remember this. Hold on, okay. Modesto, yeah. So Modesto and Merced and Central Valley and Fresno and stuff. I had some family out there, and man, I have seen some ogres in there, you know, some straight up Ogre Kingdoms. I actually have family in Fresno. Yeah. That's the wild part of my family. Yeah. Yes. All right, so Ogre Kingdom's about ready to party. Brettonia as well. Let's get it, man. Let's have some fun. Imagine Greasus finding... Greasus would be the overseer of Walmart. He would just rule that place with an iron fist, you know? Sitting atop his cheap goods. Eating whatever foul food they're serving. Yeah, Mornfang Cavalry for sure. You see a lot more Greasus Gold Tooths at Walmarts. There's definitely like a level of difference. Like Walmart, the gnarliest place I've ever been, Walmart was one of them for sure. Like a Central Valley Walmart. Yeah, that was pretty rough. Good times. All right, guys, let's get it. Brettonia, a lot of spears, a lot of pointy sticks. That's a cool build. Lot of men at arms with pole arms, which makes sense against big ogres. You also have Alberic with anti-large and a paladin, so nice little anti-large kit. Grail Relics this time around, going to be buffing up the spears on the objectives, which is going to be good. And for the old Ogre Kingdoms, it is going to be not great. My mind was like saying Greases. Although Greases might not be bad here. Although I guess against all the spears, it's a little bit tricky. Sky Striders, healing with the Slaughtermaster, Iron Blaster to shoot cavalry units, and dual weapons to kill everything else. Honestly, both builds look pretty well designed, so a lot of it's going to come down to execution, which should be fun. Should be fun indeed. Outer Region says, by the way, for the season finals, I'm going to see what I can do, Outer Region. Yeah, I'm going to see what I can do. If it's something that can be swung, then I of course, but a lot of logistics. All right, guys. Alberic is amazing. He gives bonus first large of +12, which is obscene. Peasant mobs get bonus first large of 12, which makes them actually pretty effective against big targets like ogres and different things like that. So I see the Walmart discussion is still going. Yeah, I have a very weird paradigm with my family. Like, one side of my family is like the most wild, like redneck stuff you could imagine. I could tell you guys stories that you wouldn't believe. Remember in Blade Runner when like the android is telling Harrison Ford, he's like, I've seen things you wouldn't believe, like ion cannons off the rings of this planet, or I can't remember the exact line, but one side's like super redneck. So I've had all those wild experiences, the Walmart level stuff, and the other side's like all like totally different, like New York City, Italian American. It's trippy, man. God damn, I got some in my eye. Hold on a sec, guys. Oh, it burns. Oh man, what the hell was that? Must have been like a bead of sweat or something like that. All right, guys, over here for the armies of Subutai, like I said, Noblars in the front to take the beating, and the Ogre Bulls to stand on top of them and take people to the club. So that's pretty much the jam. We do also have an Iron Blaster, which is excellent at sniping Lords and Cavalry, and it's going to be Sky Striders with Grey Opens, which are just great. Sky Striders are just such a staple, such an insanely durable, hard-to-kill unit. Huge HP pool, missile resist, Troll Guts to heal them. They do not mess around for sure. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much the whole jam here for the old Ogre Kingdoms, and we'll have to see what the Royal Chunguses will be doing today. Let the games begin, and let us know who's going to be winning. Man, the original Blade Runner is so good. Like that speech that the main android gives him at like the end. I don't know if it's like the term is android. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but like the whole tears in the rain bit, that was some heavy stuff, man. It was some heavy stuff, and like the philosophical elements pointed out in that movie are just amazing. Like, I love sci-fi like that, like grim, dark, dystopian, philosophical. It's just like, it's so good. It's really, really good. All right, yeah, you know how it is, ID. I see you in chat. You have a similar family structure to me. All right, guys. Ogres sprinting towards the objective. As far as the far side objective 1, what are we going to be seeing? Is it going to be Ogre Bull dual weapons? Are we going to see some Nalbars moving over there? And I would imagine probably just going to send a single Noblar to grab that objective. Brettonia could do some cheeky back pressure with some Knights Errant there, but Ogres can react pretty quickly. They can react pretty quickly. So Sky Strider's moving up to put some pressure on. Are we going to see trebuchets from the True Brettonia? We are. So for all of you guys, you can see we do have the Blessed Field trebuchets, which apparently are pretty good. In Warhammer 2, back when I used to play in Warhammer 2 tournaments, and there was a strange meta for Brettonia where they would use trebuchets to kill Demigryph Knights and Empire Cavalry. Like, they're actually not awful against large cav. It takes time to get the kills, but they can still get the job done. So Paladin moves in and gets an attack on the Iron Blaster, but isn't able to quite connect, and the Sky Striders do force him back right there. So the Paladin going to be retreating, and we do see the Grail Relics moving up, going to be saucing up these peasant mobs. Currently rocking 23 melee attack on a 100 gold unit is pretty damn good. I mean, honestly, their offensive output with this buff isn't like that much worse than like some 300 gold infantry pieces. So yeah, that last bit was improvised. It was so good. Harrison Ford is probably just sitting there like, damn, this guy's good. Side objective going to be held down by some peasant mobs. It looks like there's a little bit of a threat of back pressure from the ogres, but Single Men-at-Arm polearm with the Grail Relique and company. This should be an easy hold for Brettonia on the backside. The real fight is going to be fighting over here in the middle. So peasant mobs moving up, going to be doing battle with Noblars, and now we do see the Men-at-Arms with polearms on their way up to do some work. And in the backfield, Paladins juking back and forth as Alberic descends from the holy Brettonian heavens and fails to connect the most elusive Iron Blaster in the history of Total War. It is able to escape there. But overall, the objective isn't going to anybody at this point. Both sides putting a lot of bodies here, and the Ogres are moving in to do battle with the peasant mobs. But these are no mere peasants. These are peasants of Brettonia. They have their rakes, their hoes, their shovels, all the tools they need to get absolutely obliterated by these giant Ogre Walmart shoppers. All right. Peasant mobs continuing to hold it down as the polearms then move in. Very similar tactic to what you would do with dwarves. You would use dwarf warriors and have slayers fall in afterwards. But the Grail Relique is in like a perfect position. It's literally buffing everything here. It's going to turn these peasant mobs into like pretty respectable fighters. Not respectable, but certainly will hold. So Subutai being pressed up by these spears and polearms and peasant mobs. And now we get Grail Knights coming out. Oh my god, those Grail Knights got hammered by what appears to have been an Iron Blaster shot. So Grail Knights get in there. Oh man, they're getting wrecked. So the true Brettonian, his Grail Knights are just getting pounded by that Iron Blaster. Currently, yeah, it's at 54 kills. And we see the Grail Knights moving over to Desperation Charge into that Iron Blaster. But Subutai with a beautiful counterplay. Using the Sky Striders and the Iron Blaster, he lures in the desperate Grail Knights with the Iron Blaster shots and then countercharges them with the Sky Striders. Absolute thing of beauty for sure. Trebuchet still shooting in, not able to hit home. But polearms are saturated in combat against the Sky Striders. I would imagine they're going to pull back at this point. In the backfield, we do see the old Paladin hunting down the Slaughtermaster. So the Slaughtermaster, if you guys can see here, was brought down to about 80%. But then the Mournfang Cavalry were called in to deal with them. So the Mournfang Cavalry with their anti-large beat sticks certainly will put some good damage on that Paladin, which is going to be running for the hills for sure. So good night, Sweet Prince. We'll see you on the other side. Now here, looks like the Brettonian Cavalry may have lured these Sky Striders into enemy territory as the Trebuchets put a little bit of hurt onto them. Polearms moving back, so polearms disengaging from the front lines to intercept the Sky Striders. And the Brettonian Cavalry just trying to salvage the situation, man. It's going to be tough. It looks like Subutai is pulling a bit of an advantage in this fight, but it could flip on a dime as long as the value difference isn't too big. We see the Sky Striders getting hit pretty hard by multiple heavy cav units. Alberic is dragging down these Ogre Bulls, and the polearms not in the best shape here. These polearms don't want to be fighting Noblars. If you're an Ogre Kingdoms player, anytime there's pointy sticks, you always want to make sure that there's Noblars or some other chaff unit kind of like tying those bad boys down, right? But these Mournfang Cavalry kind of getting slapped up, and the value lead is closing. True Brettonian has closed the 1200 value gap, has started to beat down these Mournfang Cavalry. The polearms saturating in, getting good value as we get more and more Knights of the Realm coming out, as the two OP factions in the game duel it out in today's tournament. Objective 3 owned by Brettonia, Objective 2 owned by the Ogre Kingdoms, and 1 obviously by the Chungus Kingdoms as well. More units moving in. Ogres do have a nice kind of wall of just cheap small bodies here in the old Noblar Trappers and basic Noblars, which is going to be tough to break. Brettonia with another Knights of the Realm charge. Full tilt for the lady. They get in there, they lance down the Ogres, but the Sky Striders are still running rampant. Man, Sky Striders are so hard to kill. With Troll Guts and Butcher and all the different utility healing abilities that the Ogre Kingdoms do have, man, it's really tough. They've only lost one battle or one model in all this combat. But Knights of the Realm come around the side. They smash the fleeing Sky Striders, which interestingly enough, they're running. I don't know why. They're pretty healthy, actually. Looks like they might have gotten broken, and then a heal went off on them. That kind of like made them look a little bit healthier than they were. But the blob fight of blob fights fights in the middle. This one's kind of playing out like a little bit of a land battle. Basically, two armies just colliding in the middle, which is kind of interesting. Grail Relique buffing up the Men-at-Arms, keeping them in the fight, but it looks like they're finally breaking the Ogres just with a tide of Noblars. They got their Prison Shanks out. Noblar Trappers, of course, being OP with their bonus versus infantry, makes them turbo cost-effective at trading into polearms and different things like that. And that could be one of the issues, right? Like dealing with the Noblar Trappers. It seems like most of the Ogre units are kind of being slowly dealt with, but the Trapper Legion is not easy. And in the backfield, it looks like one Paladin does get beaten down. So the Paladin overextends for the true Brettonian. Subutai getting the Mournfang Cavalry in there and smashing that bad boy. And old Slaughtermaster, he doesn't hit too soft. I mean, he hits hard. He's got 40 and 400 weapon strength, so pretty damn respectable. Knights of the Realm pulling back. Brettonia on the back foot a little bit, it would look like. The value is close, yes. But Subutai with the back pressure. Look at that. He comes back here with an Ogre Bull dual weapon as well as a Noblar, and he gets the job done. He comes back here. He pushes the Brettonians off of objective number 3 here, and now it is a triple cap. And even if Brettonia can scrap back value, it is not going to be easy to get those objectives. We'll have to see. I mean, you can never count out the true Brettonian, but Subutai is a top-tier player and certainly is going to be going for the throat, not taking it easy. No memes for him, only good units. So Mournfang Cavalry here, smashing down this Paladin. He's going to be routed in a second. This Iron Blaster probably has a decent value, I would imagine. It hasn't shot that much, but let's see. So it's all mostly just kind of shooting at the Grail Knights. And it seems it has its sights locked on the Knights of the Realm. Knights of the Realm desperately trying to get through all the Noblars and the mass. But we do see a bit of a mass route for the old Ogres right here. We see the Noblars breaking, the Mournfang Cavalry breaking, Trappers kind of getting run over. But Subutai still has plenty of steam in his army. He's got Mournfang Cavalry, double Ogre Bull on the way up. So the Ogres have quite a bit of reinforcements. I think a nice play for True Bretonian would be to try and snipe this Slaughtermaster if he can. But it looks like Subutai saw that, and he runs back around the pillar to the protection of his high-mass Ogre units. Brettonia, what are they calling in? It looks like it's going to be Spearmen at Arms, and the Ogres did dive pretty deeply into enemy territory. And the Knights of the Realm were able to kind of peel them off as the Blessed Field Trebuchet still trying to wear these units down. Alberic getting a terror route against the Chaff units here. A lot of the Noblars are going to be running, but he needs to flip objectives very quick. And I think Subutai's not going to give it up easy. What does he have coming in? More Ogre Bulls? That happens to me sometimes where I summon them, but I forget to give them the order to march in. It's always a bit of a pain for sure. Now here we have the polearms duking it out. Brettonia's durability really on full display here. Their staying power against a very hard-hitting high-mass faction is certainly palpable here, as the Grail Relic's going to be saucing up the boys. Spearmen at Arms here, setting at 25 melee attack with that bonus Force Large. I mean, they'll for sure win a long grind against the Ogres here, I think. But the question is, like, the objectives are, of course, in play. These peasant mobs fighting for the future of Brettonia here. Noblars versus peasant mobs, and they have equal numbers, too. Who actually has better stats? Man, Noblars have 26 melee defense. Man, they cost 50 more gold than peasant mobs. What advantages do peasant mobs? Okay, they have more of a charge bonus. I guess peasant mobs have access to the peasant's duty. That's kind of the difference. Couple spearmen are on their way over. They should be able to get that objective eventually, but this middle objective isn't flipping anytime soon. But look at this, guys. True Brettonian going for the kill on the Lord. So the Slaughtermaster getting beaten up really, really bad. Might actually go down here, but no. It looks like it's going to get away. Nice pin here by Subutai. Very good effort here by the True Brettonian to take him down. Mournfang Cavalry are basically going to guarantee that he lives. And Alberic's Gambit might be a little bit too much. I think that the old Slaughtermaster is going to get away. Brettonia trying to grind the objective down. Capture weight on the objective, favoring the Chungus Kingdoms. As on the other side, they do have more bulls coming in, which is going to be very tough to disrupt. Oh my God, the Iron Blaster shots, dude! Those things are straight up winning the game. Like the Grail Knights getting half health. Look at the Pegasus Knights getting karate chopped by the Iron Blaster. Like Iron Blasters are cool now. I mean, they feel like they're really good at what they do, but not like good against everything like they were before. But my God, are they good against these elite cavalry units? Like, look at that damage. 2 shots on those Pegasus Knights, and they're basically in the trash can. Brettonia is starting to salvage this objective once again, but the points are really, really closing in on them. Subutai, though, losing a little bit of footing here as the grind does start to favor Brettonia. Alberic attacking the Mournfang Cavalry, but that Iron Blaster might be what's keeping them in the game here. Iron Blaster here just nuking, absolutely nuking those elite units. So Spearmen moving on in. Grail Relics need to be moving up a little bit more. Certainly need to get that thing up. In the backfield, we got more peasant mobs. Side objective, Subutai's not giving it up easy. He did send some Ogre Bulls in there. I think that the Spearmen at Arms probably would be able to win this, although it's hard to say. Middle objective flipping, and the back objective is going to be threatened by a Paladin. So there's a single Brettonian Paladin back there holding that right there. And the middle point flipping for the Legions of the Lady. But guys, this is getting razor close here. It's going to be a real nail-biter of a game, I feel. Although it depends. We'll see if any misplays happen here. And Alberic is giving plus 12 bonus Force Large to the Spears. So the Damsel really just making this entire army turbo effective against the forces of the Ogre Kingdoms. Oh no, Subutai needs to watch. He's not paying attention here, I'm not sure. He needs to shut down this Paladin right now. If this objective flips, that is giving True Brettonian a way to win this game. That would be a colossal misplay. Subutai really needs to notice this, and he does. So we get some Ogre Bulls over there, some Trappers, and I would imagine he'll reroute something of more importance there. But the Ogres managed to hold on to the middle objective a little bit longer. The Brettonian army being dragged down. They kind of maybe overextended a little bit here. The Ogres got a couple of healthy bulls in there. And the back objective, like little plays like this, guys, are like what win games. Like the fact that Subutai took this back objective, that probably gave him like an extra 150 points. Maybe an extra 100 points, which is so much less time that the True Brettonian has, because the True Brettonian is on the path back to winning here. He's pulling a massive value lead, but every second that old Subutai can hold on to the points is just a massive saving grace. And this Paladin's flipping the point here. He pushed off the Ogre models. It's starting to go a little bit. And the middle objective starts to flip as well, but I don't think if he's going to have enough time. And see, that's it. This one little thing right here, this back objective flipping, that was really brutal. And Subuchai's been getting 3 per second, which is crazy good. The middle objective starting to go. Ogre's really running out of steam here. We see a lot of Ogre Bulls starting to rout, but do the Brettonians have the capture weight? They got pole arms coming up here. The Paladin might single-handedly flip this objective, which is insane. If that flips, and the middle flips, he doesn't have enough time, though. I think he's going to be just short, because these Ogres, the reinforcements, are going to be arriving to the middle here in a second. And coming for the kill. Oh, no. If there's a disconnect here, I'm going to be so sad. I'm pretty sure Subuchai just wins it. Because, yeah, let's see. There's not enough time, I don't think, for them to flip this. Subuchai's dropped from the game. And I think Subuchai just wins that. But, man, it was close. That back objective capping this one. I think he wins it with the Ogre Bulls getting there. Yeah, that's an unfortunate drop there. That was very strange. So let me check with the players here and see. All right, so we might, like, I would hate to have to replay that, but that was close enough that, oh man, like, there was what, 1876 points, and then the back objective was going to flip to that Paladin. He was all in the middle, so that would be 1 point per second. The Ogre Bulls would be 15 capture weight there, which I think would be enough. I think it would be enough. Let me see here. Let me check with them. Internet crash? Yeah, I think the Ogres just straight up win that game. So we would probably just call it as such. I literally don't think it was possible. So we're probably going to call it that way, just because it would be kind of ridiculous to do a replay. That was a really good game. Okay. So let me tag these players. Alrighty. And let's get it. Yeah. 15 capture weight. 15 capture weight. He hasn't responded yet, so I think his internet did crash. I know Subuchai personally in real life. Yeah, so he's a straight shooter. And looks like, I think it was just an internet crash. But with 3 role models. Yeah, he's saying internet crash. Role models there. Middle, there was basically probably for Ogres there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're gonna call that. Yeah, the true Brettonian agrees. He's saying GG and everything, so GG, well played. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. So let's go ahead and report the score. So report score. And I think we're good. I think that's been quite a journey, man. Yeah, the Ogre, there's no way they could win. 15 capture weight arriving. The Brettonians were barely winning capture weight there, and they were going to get there before the time. There was no way. There was no way Brettonia could get it. GG, well played. Yeah, that was quite a tournament. Of course, the expected strong factions won. I would be curious to see, like, if some of these top tier players played slightly weaker factions, if they would be able to beat some folks on these other ones. It'd be curious. Truly a chivalrous opponent, indeed. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, do drop a like. It was a great time. We'll see you all. I'm going to stream Age of Empires tomorrow, and then I think we'll do Baldur's Gate when that does come out. So that'll be a lot of fun. But if you guys enjoyed it, let me know. And we'll be back. We will be back. GG, those last ones were fun matches to be able to see. They were. The Hellblaster volley gun game, I think, wins my favorite. You know, I think that was the most exciting game we had. So yeah, that was really good. GG, guys. See you next time. Take care of yourselves. Sigmar bless, and congratulations to Subuchai for winning tonight's single faction tournament. And we'll be back with more sweaty action soon. Don't you guys worry one bit. Take care.